Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 13 of the All of Xbox Gamers Cast podcast, I think. I wasn't sure whether to go with the Vegito or the Gogeta naming convention for my Dragon Ball Z fans out there, but yeah, it is what it is. This week, we're joined by apparently everyone who's ever done an Xbox podcast in the Southern Hemisphere. Cameron, our wonderful producer, has put this new overlay together. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, good.
Oh, cool. Thanks. Yeah, I really appreciate that, mate. Charlotte, do you have any more words of wisdom?
No, I'm good.
Okay, great. Fantastic. Kyle, how you doing, mate?
Words of wisdom? Well, I mean...
Yeah, okay, moving on.
I
can see the joke working up there. There's no
just
point.
Keep drinking.
Yeah, exactly. We'll just cut right through it. Simone, how you doing?
I'm good as, mate.
Fantastic, thank you. And Lee, one of our returning guests.
Oh, hi. How's it going? I'm all right.
Yeah, great. Fantastic.
I'm a bit concerned about tonight, though.
Oh, mate, I've been concerned all week. I've been trying to plan out how this is going to work, and I just realized it won't. So
Matt's just like, you got a plan for this, right? I'm like, I don't know. I just made an overlay. What do you expect me to do?
The best part about this is that Cameron was like, we should do a 6-person podcast and get the Xbox cast on. I was like, that's a great idea. That was the end of the discussion. There wasn't when we should get them on. There wasn't, do we have any topics to talk about? Is there any dynamics or any stuff we want to do? It's like, no, I'll just make an overlay. Don't worry about it. We'll just bring them on.
There was also no discussion about me being on either. It was just Charlotte's going to be there.
Charlotte's going to be there, apparently, yeah. So.
Well, she wants to be a semi-regular guest. We may as well just chuck her in whenever.
True.
Yeah, sure.
She doesn't do anything else. Just sits there waiting.
It's a Friday night in Wellington. What the fuck is she
Look, she's going to be drinking anyway. We might as well just get her on Twitch to do it.
True.
Just drink on camera.
I have no life, so.
No, exactly. Look, we're all here on a Friday night. What do you think is going to be going on? Sorry, Lee, what were you saying?
Thanks, mate. No idea what I was saying. I was going to say, actually, someone said the Brady Bunch. I thought it was amazing. Someone in chat said the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, so yeah, in our Trello board, I have, I put a working title in there before we say something funny on the show, and I use that. So I've put us as the Sweary Bunch for this week.
Oh, nice.
But we'll see how it goes.
We could do like a 9-person overlay and then just have, thank you everybody for being an amazing podcast host or whatever, and then just in the middle, not you.
Not you. Yeah, exactly.
It's going to be a meme podcast now.
When weren't we?
I was going to say that's
true.
So it's one of the proud RGS traditions we've carried on. Anyway, considering the intro music would have faded out a long time ago for the audio listeners, maybe we should transition to Song of the Week, Cameron.
All right, let's go.
Trophy hunters, stay away from me. Trophy hunters, let me achieve. Don't come around with your PS4. I don't want to play no God of War. I got more important games to do than spend my time playing Last of Us 2. Now, Hunter, I said stay away. Trophy Hunter, look at what I play.
Am I still playing this for the last 20 seconds?
No, I mean, the 20 seconds is the 20 seconds you always ask me for.
Cool.
Swear to God.
Communication is such a...
Cameron says something on episode 1. I make sure to do it for the last 12, 13 episodes, and then he asks me about it, why I'm doing it.
It was a test, and you passed.
Do you not have a OneNote going that you kind of make notes in during the week and then compare notes and stuff?
This.
There's 2 separate things they have.
Yeah,
2 separate. That's right. Yeah.
There is a Discord server where I'm just like, all right, cool. I have all my random thoughts that I'm just gonna chuck into.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's turned it into his live journal, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. and then there's the Trello board, which is just like,
yeah, the Trello board is
update at the most random intervals during the week.
I try to. It's where I try to turn chaos into order, but inevitably failed. But at least
Cameron.
Exactly. Cameron's like, I'm going to put Peppa Pig at the top of the news story.
I mean, why not?
Anyway, did anyone get what the song was? I mean, I did put literally 30 seconds of effort into it, so.
Yes.
Oh, okay, Lee, you got it?
Great cover.
American Woman, isn't it?
It is, very much so.
Okay.
I
did.
What's wrong?
I should have guessed.
Okay, Cameron, do you know who sings it?
No, I don't.
Okay, all right. Well,
I do.
Oh, sorry.
I've got it.
Okay, so Lenny did the cover, but do you know who did the original?
Oh no, I have no idea.
Ironically, they're named The Guess Who.
I love that.
Band from the 60s. I think that was. Did they use that version for Austin Powers too? I can't remember.
You know what? I got in a really random mood last night of listening to really early 2000s Australian music and realized every song that I know ever I can't use on this podcast because nobody's gonna know something.
I have this.
Well, you'd be surprised, mate.
Yeah.
2000s is my time. Like late 90s, 2000s is.
You know what, though? I'll send the Vines Get Free to Matt, and he'll be like, no, mate, it has like 1 million views on YouTube. Nobody's going to get it. Even though it came out in the year 2002.
You could try ANZ children's songs.
See, that's a good idea, actually. That's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah, everyone knows those.
I was thinking about doing, maybe a cover of Fast Crew or Scribe or something like that,
That's NWA. A good idea up until I say Baby Shark.
Yeah, no, that literally will get us cancelled. So I'm not.
I just want All I Do Is Win.
Well, stop giving away all the good ideas.
I want the New World song.
The New World song.
Yeah.
I mean, that is actually a song. I have it on my Spotify playlist, so I suppose I could dig it up. I mean, I could do. I mean, if we're just gonna do Kiwi commercial ones, I could do "Counting the Beat" by the Swingers. Anyway, I think the thing that most people forget is that I still need to sing the song. Like it's like I still have to have it has to be I don't have any backing music and I have to change the lyrics.
Can you rap?
I mean, can anyone rap? I guess is the question, right? I mean,
Eminem Rap God. There we go. Matt.
I was thinking I could do Rap God.
Snoop or someone like that, maybe.
Snoop, yeah. I did want to do X Gon Give It to You, but I really feel like changing some of those lyrics really takes the meaning out of the song. Unfortunately,
you know what would be nice to see you sing? Wasabi.
God, well, look, I'm going to draw the line at WAP. Okay, that's okay. That's.
What about the ketchup song?
Yeah.
I mean, the song's already intelligible, so eventually.
My most treasured Christmas present ever was receiving a single for the ketchup song.
Oh my God!
Back in the early 2000s, I still don't understand why. But did you somewhere.
Translate all the lyrics to understand them all?
No, I think it would have been 10, 12 at this stage. It just randomly got it for Christmas one year.
Oh, they were out of Mambo number 5, I guess. So that's kind of what you had to do with.
Yeah.
I actually love. That's a really good song. I should do that one. We've got a running list. Anyway, thank you guys. You guys with the collective group managed to get the song, so fantastic. If you want to listen to the songs that we've done for this show and for RGS back in the day, we do have a Spotify playlist that I put together of the originals, so you don't have to listen to my terrible version.
But you should do this. Put yourself on Spotify, mate. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, sure. That's fine. I get some royalties from that, right?
Exactly. 0.00001 cents.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's my Bitcoin investment. But yeah, so you can go listen to the songs. There's a post of it currently on the Real Gamer Score Discord. I'll make sure that it gets rebumped every time we do an episode because I love shilling the music because that's what I'm really here for. But speaking of the Discord, discord.io/realgamerscore is the best place to get in touch with us. We all hang out there within varying amounts. Cameron and I are there pretty much all the time. If you don't know what Discord is, it's basically a big place where you can go and hang out and chat about video games, podcasts. We talk a little bit about Magic the Gathering. There's a silly chat for some of the worst memes you've ever seen. And there's a serious chat for no memes whatsoever. And we've also got our Word Challenge and Patreon channels in there as well, which we'll cover a little bit after this. We're also on Twitch. We do the show live for those who, for some reason, are on episode 13 and don't know this. Where basically we're streaming this live on Twitch right now at Hall of Gamers Pod. You can come hang out with us. We stream on roughly 8:30 p.m. New Zealand time. Is that 6:30 p.m. Australian time? Maybe, depending on where you are in Australia now, because you guys have 5 different time zones.
Yep. That one time a year that we have 5 different time zones because couldn't make it confusing enough.
Yeah, you really should just take the China method and just make it one time zone for the entire continent.
Yeah,
100%. We've also got our Patreon. Patreon.com/Hall of Gamers. Patreon's basically a place where you can give us some cash, allows us to run the show, do giveaways, pay for equipment, distribution, bits and pieces like that. We really, really appreciate all of our patrons. They literally make the show happen, keep the lights on. We wouldn't be able to do it without them. And for those listeners, we have two exclusive things that we do. We have our contest, which Cameron runs each month, where we give away, we have a poll of 3 different games, and you basically go in and vote for the game you want, and the winner will be given away at the end of the month to one of our lucky patrons. The higher tier patron you are, the more entries you get. That's why Charlotte keeps bloody winning, is because she's a 3rd level patron tier, so she gets 3 entries. But I basically disqualified her at this point.
Yeah.
I did ask you to disqualify. I'll have you know.
It wasn't just me being a dick. I mean, any more than usual.
So just to say too, the 3 games that have been added to pick from are Castlevania Advanced Collection, Elder's Blood Definitive Edition, and Golf Club Wasteland. So Castlevania's got 3 votes, and Golf Club Wasteland has 2.
All right, cool. I think Castlevania looks like the most interesting one out of the bunch, but
Golf Club Wasteland's really...
It's supposed to be cool, isn't it?
Okay. I mean, it's got golf in it, so I don't,
It's got golf.
Carl
get into that. Carl likes golf.
Oh yeah, I have no idea how to play golf or what happens in golf. You have a stick,
I was
you
always
hit a
told that
ball.
golf was an easy game. It's just hard to play. I think was usually
That's right.
the
Simple
go-to.
rules. That's right, yeah. Or a waste of a good walk is also told.
Ah, yes, right. A great way to get pissed between 2 holes. We've also got our Lights, Camera, and Action, which is our exclusive Patreon podcast where Cameron and I basically watch some of the worst video game... Well, okay, I say the worst video game movies, but I could just say video game movies because they've all been bad. We're 7 episodes in, and pretty much every single one of them has been bad.
You're being unfair to Mortal Kombat right now.
I am being unfair to Mortal Kombat.
Is that the latest one or the last?
That was the first episode that we did. That was the very first one that we did, and it's literally all been downhill since then.
Nikita's so mad at me because I said no, the original's better than the remake. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I kind of agree, but the remake's not bad. But we'll, again, that's exclusive for our Patreon stuff. The first 4 episodes are available on our Patreon for free. So that's Mortal Kombat, Super Mario Brothers. What is the other one?
Tomb Raider.
Postal, Tomb Raider and Postal.
Right now.
Yeah. Our first 4 episodes, you can go and listen to those for free. And then the rest of them, you got to pony up some cash. We actually just started recording the first part of our October special, which is going to be Dead Rising Watchtower?
Yeah, Dead Rising Watchtower.
Which looks really cheap. It looks really budget.
I like it, but it's definitely budget.
So we're going to enjoy that. What we normally do is we record a bit beforehand, talk a bit about the series and the what we know about the movie. Usually how much it made. We watch the trailer. We'll go away, watch the movie, and then come back on it, report on our thoughts, and then get it out usually a couple weeks too late. So, in grand Patreon form. We've also got the Hall of Gamers Word Challenge, which is my favorite competition. Well, it was until people keep ruining it by guessing it correctly.
Why can't we just go a whole month without anybody winning it? God damn.
Can you imagine that?
I have past week 2.
Yeah, I didn't even get past week 2 at this point.
You know what? You know what made me so mad too? All right, so the answer for this was... we'll go...
Would you like me to explain the competition first?
Actually, yeah. All right, cool. I'm jumping the gun.
So the competition basically is I pick a game, and I find a gift for that game, and I add it into our special little Uber bot. And we have a channel called Word Challenge. We have to go in and guess what the game is. And if you get it right, you win $20. Every week, we release a clue. And the clues start with something being relatively unhelpful all the way up to basically giving you the answer. Now, we only do it once a month because it comes out of the Patreon budget. All right, I'm giving you guys a peek behind the curtain. That's why I don't run it every week when someone guesses it. And that's why I try to make the clues hard because we're broke. Now, Cameron, would you like to talk about who's ruined the contest for us this week?
All right, so Aftos won it. He's already got his $20 because I'm not Kirby and I actually deliver it within 24 hours. Poor Keo. I think he was waiting for like 6 months until he got his...
Oh, yeah, that's pretty bad.
But yeah, so Steven guessed this straight away. I guessed something yesterday and I was quite literally going to guess Super Hot, but I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to wait an hour because okay,
so it's fair.
Slow mode's activated on everybody but the admins. So it's like, all right, cool. I'll make it fair for everybody. Steven comes in, says Super Hot. Like, God fucking damn it.
Wins $20 exactly. Yeah. So I'm the only one who knows. So that there's no impropriety here. I come up with it myself because I like getting everyone to play.
Yeah.
But yes, the clue was a first-person game. That's the only clue
Well,
that
obviously
I gave.
Super Hot.
Yeah, Super Hot was like the 10th.
You know what? It would have been better if you did Super Hot VR.
Yeah, or something. Yeah, Super Hot. Was it
The last one that came out.
Yeah, the latest one. Yeah.
Have you ever thought about just saying no? Like, he got the answer, but
just change it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it was Steven, so I'm like,
unrelated GIF that comes up. Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna have to come up with a new one for next month, or maybe we'll run it a little early. We'll see. I can probably pay for it, but I do love the competition. I love seeing the ridiculous answers. But just so people are aware in the future, you only get it's on slow mode, so you only get one post an hour. Make sure you only post one game at a time, otherwise the bot won't trigger. And make sure you use the exact spelling because it's a query basically to the bot, so the bot needs to look at the command. So just copy it out of TA because I always use Xbox games because it's just easier and feels like slightly less unfair. But maybe I'll stop doing that.
Yeah,
Anyway.
do like a Game Boy Advance game from like 2002 or something, just to really throw them off.
Yeah, some sort of Ninja Gaiden spin-off that no one.
I think in Japanese, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you have to get
Real
Japanese
hard spelling.
characters. Yeah, exactly. Or,
I'm disappointed you didn't do The Witcher this month.
I thought that was too obvious. I thought that because I've been ranting and raving about The Witcher, and I've ranted and raved about.
Should have done Gwent the card game.
Gwent the card game. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, Thronebreaker. Yeah. All right. Well, that's the housekeeping out of the way. Let's have a chat with our guests who've been waiting patiently. All right, all at once. Who are you guys? What do you do? Why we got you on the show? Tell us a bit about the Xbox cast.
Go for it.
Oh, no one
just
wins at all. Okay. What were the questions again?
Why do you have a new logo? Why
Yeah, we got
couldn't
more
you
than
be the
that.
same?
That is a good question. We got a new logo because we wanted people to take us a little bit more seriously. To be honest, I loved our old logo, but it did say a little bit, we have $5 to our name. So,
We did.
Because it's true.
True to life. Yeah, no. Marketing's all about deception. I'm about
Exactly. And those logos were done for free. And as much as we love the people that made them, they were for free. We did get a professional in to do the logo for us, and I think we all love it.
Looks
Is that right?
fantastic.
We've all got
cool.
our favorite colors as well because we've got 4 colors to choose from.
I'll have to take your word for that. Yeah, we decided to get people to take us more seriously. We just started a whole new show. It didn't work, but it was a good effort. It's fine. We'll just keep doing it.
Because you didn't change anything.
What?
just
Yes,
We
logo.
just slap a different name on it. It's fine.
we literally slapped a different name on it. All right. New code of
what do you
fame.
mean that doesn't work?
Yeah, exactly right. Same old.
I mean, you do a live show, you literally like double your audience.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, true. 0 still 0 though.
Yeah.
Hey, was that why you've got 6 of us on it tonight? So get more people watching.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Because
that's
we're
exactly
here, we have
it.
to watch.
Yeah, literally,
Genius.
yes. We're all watching it. It's
We all
very.
count as
Look, we
individuals.
know people aren't going to like watch themselves, so if we forcibly get them on the show, they
They'll
have to
watch it.
I mean, we could buy one of those Twitch boosts that they've been selling, right? And just get every Tom, Dick, and Harry bot in here to boost the numbers up. That's the way to do it, right?
I think that's what you do.
Yeah.
So
My
tell us a bit
problem
about the
is-
Sorry, yes, Charlotte.
That's all right. No, I was just going to say Kyle and Simone are the ones that come to watch me. So that's like, this doesn't work now. I don't have anyone to come
Yeah,
and
no,
watch
exactly. Yeah, we've got no fan. Yeah, there's actually no one in the chat. It's
But now you can see if they're watching or not. That's the thing. You can actually see their faces.
true.
Yeah.
You just see the glaze over as they just slowly nod off.
Well, I'll finish my beer, so I'm ready for a nap now. So.
Oh yeah, perfect. You're perfect. But before you drift off into dreamland, do you want to tell us a little about the Xbox cast in general, Carl?
Oh yeah, we just talk random nonsense like you guys. Xbox
Perfect.
keeps producing content. We talk about the content. It's a great partnership.
Yeah, it works out well.
Xbox gets nothing out of it. We get people who listen to us talk crap. Win-win, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's great. That's the driving mythos. I really feel like there's a real kinship between our two podcasts because it really is just we just lay it out there, being like, no, we're just going to be having a bit of a chat and just we tend to be a little more potty mouth than you guys do, but you guys also tend to have some good chill vibes and actually like a nice community. Whereas we just get thrown to the wolves everywhere.
Our community's amazing. Our
Yeah, your
community's
community is
amazing.
great. I'm really
Yeah,
jealous actually.
Yeah, no, they're awesome.
They're all here for Lee's voice. I mean, just listen to that.
That's right.
It's
Fall asleep
fantastic.
listening
The
to
audio
that.
listeners are going to love it.
To be honest, that's the only reason he's here. He reads the headlines.
That's it. I
and he
read the
has
news.
voice.
I'm basically here to read the news and mix the show at the end. And that's all I do.
Yeah.
I'm
Puts me to
kind
sleep
of
every week.
upset right now. We could have all like been eating watermelon. Would have been a perfect meme.
No.
I should be wearing my watermelon shirt.
Oh,
I got my new Back to the Future jumper.
Oh,
Oh,
she
damn,
looks
that's
awesome.
Nice.
Man.
Exciting.
I just have monsters.
Just monsters.
I just have a Blaine. Bloody
A Blaine?
Blaine
A plain
Plain.
black
David
lumper.
Blaine, the magician, yeah, it's his famous shirt that he wears. I did have to choose between my black V-neck and my slightly blacker V-neck. I decided to
Still
go with
not as washed.
No, exactly, yeah, absolutely. I was like, well, okay, which one's more faded? So I just went with the one that I picked up first.
So we do a very similar show to you, though. We talk crap at the beginning and then do the news and then talk crap at the end.
Yep, it
So
makes perfect sense.
it's kind of organised, and every week we do the same thing.
Yeah,
quite well.
the mill goes on. So you guys do Game Face, right, to talk about the
Yeah,
stuff
we do a
you've been
game
playing?
thing. So exactly. So we used to do one podcast with all of it, and it was getting really, really long, like 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
4 hours.
Can you imagine doing a 2.5-hour podcast? My
Oh,
God,
we
that
have.
would just
Oh, we
be-
have. What's the longest? Is like 2.5, 3 hours, isn't it? It's just ridiculous.
It
Oh,
does
just
the
kept
get
going.
longest- Yeah, the longest we put out is almost 4 hours.
Game of the Year podcast.
Oh, Game of the Year podcast. That's right. That goes on and on.
Yeah, but those are allowed to go on because it's like, you got a lot of opinions and you want to
Oh,
start
yeah.
yelling at each other and telling each other you're wrong.
You're
I
all
mean,
wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
and we go on hiatus for a month or so, so they got to get as much as they can get.
Makes perfect
Yeah.
sense.
And then we do Game Face, which is where we talk about what games we've been playing. We don't do
That's the fun
achievements, though,
one.
because we're not very achievementy.
Oh, I don't know. I've seen Simone earn some achievements here and there. She does it right. She
Oh, we-
posts-
We do okay. We don't do like 20k 1 month, though.
Oh, well, yeah, okay, sure.
God, that's
like a K or
that's a
two.
really poor month for Matt. Jeez.
I was gonna say,
Sorry,
I mean,
yeah.
it was more
Slacking.
like 120, but don't worry about it.
What did you last month? 136 games or something you played last
Something
month.
like that, yeah, 136 games.
I completed 126. Like, it's insane. Like,
I mean,
I wouldn't call them games.
yeah, that's
no, that's true, actually.
Game's a bit of a stretch on a lot of those. Mephisto's squarely to blame for that. Part of the inspiration for my song this week was one CJ, Mr. Sony Pony, sending me a message being like, "Hey, buddy, when are you getting back to the trash?" And I told him that he needs to get away from me with that evil because he's been trying to get me. He's like, "No, mate, come on, they bring out new games every week. Just get back into it." And I'm like, "I'm not going to get pulled back into that. That was like September was a hellish month."
I used to think so highly of CJ until I realized he really likes to stir the fucking pot.
Oh, he loves a rock up. We really should get him back on the show because it would probably be the last episode.
Yeah, already planned.
Yeah, perfect. All right, so Xbox Cast, you guys, so you do Game Face and then new news.
Yep, 2 podcasts a night we do. And one Tuesday night we record both from about 7:30 New Zealand. No, 8 o'clock New Zealand. That's right.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it. I love sitting in and just spouting
Giving
stuff
you
on the
shit.
chat. Yeah, basically just giving you guys shit on the on the
Live,
chat
giving you
and just
shit live.
just trying to see how many of the messages you actually guys read. It's always
Oh,
funny
yeah.
though because I can see Lee reading the chat sometimes, and I'll try and say something funny while the other two are talking. I just see him trying not to laugh in the background. It's a fun game that I play because my Tuesday nights are about as quiet as my Friday ones apparently.
When it's your show, Carl does the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys
Does.
It
Yes.
100% does.
Yeah.
In lockdown, my game has been get a beer, see if I can make Matt or Cameron lose their train of thought.
It
And
works
it works.
quite well, actually. I'm very easily distractible, as we've well seen. Do
I
you guys
feel
wanna
like,
talk-
I feel like
Yes,
that's
Cameron?
anybody in the podcast space that's even related to us.
That's
it's
true.
computers, mate. It's computers, it's gaming, anything like that.
They're just all massive
Shiny.
trolls.
Shiny.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just can't help themselves.
Yeah.
You guys want to talk a little bit about the Witcherween?
Ooh, yes, we do. Who does though?
Carl,
you
do
want-
some talking. Come on, Carl.
Go,
Oh
Carl.
man, I was just about to refill my beer, but okay. Witcherween. So every October we try to challenge ourselves to play scary games, and of that, I think only Lee plays scary games because Simone and I are a bit of wimps. We don't like the scary horror nonsense. So this week, this year, we actually decided we're all going to play The Witcher because it has monsters and magic in it, and it's not as scary. And Lee hasn't actually finished it.
Oh, well, there's not a real surprise though. That's quite often happens.
Yeah, no, well, I mean that's not a surprise.
To be fair though, if there's one game that you potentially wouldn't finish, The Witcher is a pretty good one to have a lot left to do in. It's a big game.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it was part of the reason why we chose it. It was for those that wanted to play but didn't have a good reason to, and to give a good reason to those that had started it and haven't touched it for a while. So yeah, we knew someone would fit into either of those boxes.
And it's an awesome
Or-
game.
Yes, it is. Or decide to replay it on Death March.
Yeah, like some crazy
God.
people.
Yeah, it's
See, it's so frustrating for me because I usually always go hardest difficulty if there's an achievement related to it. But I tried starting out the other day, and God, it is hard.
I got two words for you, buddy.
Get good.
Because
Yeah.
there's 3 letters in it.
I know it's coming.
Yep. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about.
yeah.
I'm sure we'll talk about The Witcher because I'm sure we've all been playing heaps of it.
Mm-hmm.
Once we get into what we've been playing, but like I love that you guys do like competitions and like events every couple of months. It's a really good way to get people back into actually playing games for reasons and not just buying things and never playing them in your backlog.
It's good for us as well because with achievements, when April's achievement challenge, you just get as many achievements as possible. What's the other one we've got? Games you've played and not finished. There's 1 month, July or June, August. I can never remember. At some point in the year, you start a game you never finish, you go back to it, and then we do a game you brought and you put it down. You're like, I'm going to play this game one day.
Yeah,
never actually start
we've
it.
got 2 backlog events.
Backlog
with
events.
2 separate
that's it.
criteria. Yeah.
Which is great. Which is great because the backlog is probably the biggest.
It's real.
It's real bad. Yeah.
Yeah. And then in February, we tried a thing called Friendly Feb, where you're trying to play a game that doesn't involve death or attacking, or just a fun game or like a couch co-op game.
I would recommend Fogs.
Fogs.
Yeah,
Frogs?
I would not recommend Fogs.
Yeah, Charlotte and I played Fogs together, and it's absolutely hilarious. It's physics dogs, and it's one of the cutest games I've ever seen.
Great.
Hey,
so much
that
fun.
sounds really good.
It's a really good,
So good.
really good couch co-op game,
Oh, cool.
Fantastic.
and it's in Game Pass as well.
Not so good solo.
No. It's not.
It's definitely better with someone.
It's better at someone that you can vaguely yell
Yell
at
at.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
So
It's an
like-
overcooked game. Just
I was
blame
gonna say,
everything on the
so
other player.
as lame as playing Overcooked by yourself.
Yeah. So I mean, so Charlotte and I were also we've been looking for co-op stuff to play because I just looking for make sure I'm not just sitting by myself playing games all the time. And it's like Overcooked or was it the other one? The
Overcooked
Warhammer.
2.
Yeah, Overcooked 2.
Warhammer game.
And that Warhammer game. Those games
Castlevania
are gold.
now.
And Castlevania, yeah. So I do love a good co-op game. But the thing is that I usually just play everything by myself because I'm an achievement hunter.
Because you're
which
lonely.
means-
Because other people hold you back.
I have been told by many people that apparently I play games incorrectly and it's not fun to play with me. You can
Are
probably.
you a bad loser or just?
I'm
you're
a
Can I-
a
can I-
fantastic winner. I
Can
think
I
there's
answer
more
that
than
for you?
I'm going to steal
So,
that.
quick shout out to AHA, Valek's group playing, what is it, Fable Heroes? And you getting so sad that you couldn't get an invite.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
all
I
called
have
you
one
out
thing
on
to
it.
say.
Yeah, Simone, yeah.
It is partially true that achievement hunters are not fun to play with. However, you did join us for 1 or 2 sessions of Sunset Overdrive,
Yes.
and that was fun.
That was really good fun. I mean, I was carrying the whole team, but it was,
But we found it fantastic.
But no, it was great. Like,
carrying us.
jokes aside, I think we had a fantastic time, and I've already finished the game, but I loved going back to it, and just blowing stuff up. And Sunset Overdrive is a fantastic game.
I got kicked out of Minecraft. What's it called? Minecraft Dungeons by Kingsman for messing around because he was stood in the corner and he was getting XP. And I was stood in the corner getting XP, and I was like, "This is really boring. I'm going to go for a walk." And I kind of messed up his monsters, and then he just went, "If you keep doing that, I'm going to kick you out." I was like, "Yeah, whatever." And they kicked me out. It just went. He said, "Dude, I told you I was going to kick you out." It's like, wow,
that's so
okay,
funny.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
it's quite special. He uses
that's-
elastic bands around his triggers. That's what he does.
That's the trick. I mean, that's the home remedy version. If you're going to be really crazy about it, you get a macro set up to just basically play the game for you. But
Scripts.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because there was no way I was doing that Final Fantasy 9 skipping rope bit ever again. That was the worst thing I've ever seen.
I mean, developers could just make good achievement lists. Like, that wouldn't be so hard.
I mean, apparently it is, because I've played a lot of games and most of them have bad
It's real
achievements.
bad.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? I don't even remember anymore.
Witcher.
Witcher. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. So I've been playing The Witcher. I've been really, really enjoying it. It is. But I'll talk about it when we get to what we've been playing. But I'm really. It's such a good idea to have the event, and I think The Witcher is basically the perfect game for this. It's just a great combination of something that most people have either. Most people have bought it, and not a lot of people have finished it, and only a few people have played it, basically.
Is it weird that I saw the event and I immediately want to play Cyberpunk?
Yeah, that is weird. I think you might need to turn off.
It just immediately reminded me, like, oh, I've had this game, like, physical edition of this game ever since launch, and I haven't touched it for more than 5 minutes.
I mean, knowing you'll probably open up the case and it'll have exploded or broken.
Just dust. It'll be just dust.
100%.
Yeah, it'll be a copy of.
Should we do Cyberpunk month for you or something?
That's a great. Actually, you really should do Cyberpunk month when they actually release the next gen version of it.
That's right. Yeah. When
All right,
it's
so in a
actually
few
fixed.
years.
Actually decent.
Once it's out, yeah,
Yeah.
the actual released version of the finished game, yeah, which is looking like it's going to take longer and longer.
I mean, I'm coming off a high. I actually completed a game this week.
All right,
What?
yeah,
Nice.
I'm as surprised as anyone. All right, let's
Peppa
get into
Pig.
yeah, let's get into the news. Cameron, you want to talk about Peppa Pig apparently?
Right. I just added this in just for the meme, but my friend Peppa Pig is now available for the digital pre-order and pre-download.
How much is it?
Is it Game Pass?
I don't know if I'm on the American thing, but it's coming up $39.99 for me.
So it'll be American, yeah.
Yeah,
So it'll be
US.
about $80.
$800.
Yeah, usually, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's outright games, so usually it's paying for that licensing.
Oh yeah,
that
true.
price.
True. It's like that and Paw Patrol and.
PJ Masks at the end of the month. I
Sure.
keep poking them on Twitter. I'm like, Bluey game, because like
Blue's Clues. Blue's Clues.
no Bluey.
No.
Surely you know
Bluey?
Bluey.
People don't know Blue.
No, it's just you.
Bluey is an Australian kid show,
It-
and it
Is it a dog?
Yeah, it's family dogs.
It's that they're like one wears a construction hat or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's-
one.
It's like PJ Masks, isn't it? Though. Has he got a construction hat?
I don't know.
PJ Masks is them wearing pajamas and being night crime fighters.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to use my 2-year-old daughter as an excuse for this.
Yes, yes.
Well, I'm just gonna say that the puppet's gonna make an appearance any minute now.
No.
No, that was not an invitation, Cameron.
Has it got a
That was
name?
Not an
Wait a minute.
invitation.
Has the puppet got a name?
Yeah, it's Detective Scruff.
Nice.
I've said this before. It's Detective Scruff. Anyway,
Yeah.
no, Bluey's really good. It's one of the only kid shows that the father figure is actually a positive role model. Because like
Oh,
you watch
wow,
Peppa
that's
Pig
great.
and the dad's a bumbling idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, you think of
Oh.
Simpsons, Homer Simpson's.
It's a trope.
He's a
It's trope.
Yeah,
Genius.
it's such a trope. But it's good to have a kid show that like paints both the parents in a positive light.
Definitely. That is rare.
That's why I like it. But yeah, outright games make Bluey happen.
I mean, hey,
I
if
mean,
you
it's
wanna
gotten
pay for it-
popular, so
Sure.
It is now. You're talking about it.
Yeah, exactly. It's the first I'm hearing about it.
yeah.
Like
I was saying before the show, though, Peppa Pig, as much as kids love it, also teaches your 2-year-old to tip water bottles out on the floor and jump in puddles, which is a first-time parent. That's not the most positive vibe that you want to be sending.
I mean, Peppa Pig is, from all accounts, just a little shit of a kid. So I'm really like, I'm not surprised at all. And it's just teaching kids the worst lessons. But it's probably preparing them for real life, to be honest. So it's giving them as life skills of just hanging up on people and just being really obnoxious and being a total Karen.
Karen.
Yep.
What else we got?
Wow. So who's going to buy Peppa Pig? That's the question after that brilliant review.
I'll review it for the puddles first, and then I'll see how I feel about it.
Yeah, maybe I'm surely enough. I mean,
You will
apparently
play
it's-
it. Come on,
I'm
Matt.
sure. Come on, let's be real here. It's almost certainly going to end up on my list at some stage.
How much?
How it gets there, I'm not sure.
Yeah, how many of the outright games have you played? Like, there's Ben 10. There would be.
I did Ben 10, and I think it's pretty much the only one.
What's the other one that they did recently?
It was Ugly Dolls, I think they did.
They did Ugly Dolls. They did. I'm trying to
They're all-
think.
It's a whole genre of games I've missed out on.
Yeah, it's all like
Yeah.
it's all like licensed games. 'Cause,
They-
like the whole video game like licensed property game kind of disappeared after the 360, right? And it was like because it just became too expensive for them to license a game and then make a game in like high def and then release it. And so
Did
now
you
it's just-
see a Doctor Who game's coming out?
Yeah, I saw it was the one about angels, right? The weeping.
Yeah,
angels.
on Game Pass, like
Oh,
in
it's-
10 days or something.
Wait,
It's
it's coming to
ridiculous.
Game Pass?
Wow.
Oh, hell.
I'm sure
Because
there's something weird
there's
about
two
it.
Doctor
Let me
Who
just
games
double
that have
check.
come out this year. that
Oh,
I'm
It's
aware
really
of.
weird.
Hell,
Let me just check that. I might
I
be
saw
telling
one
lies.
that was. I think one that was like a visual novel or something that someone was talking.
One
I don't really
like
know.
a
What
No, this looks like you run around.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Sweet. I mean, I love Doctor Who
Edge
back
of
in the day.
reality.
Just quickly going back to Outright Games, just to give an idea of what they do. They've done Ben 10. They're doing PG Mas, which comes out on the 29th. Peppa Pig comes out on the 22nd. They've done the Addams Family game, which came out last month. They did.
Oh yeah, that was terrible looking.
They did
Not a stellar quality.
Spirit, Paw Patrols, Last Kids on Earth, Adventure Time, Race of Ryan, Ice Age. You know, a lot of Crayola Scoot, like a lot of those kind of properties.
Stuff that you just don't need to play, really.
Stuff that's
It-
that's
it's
clearly marketed towards. It. You know what? It would honestly be good if they had some dealership with Game Pass just to get a few more
Yeah,
kids
would make sense, but I think they're making too much money on their overpriced
license.
games.
Yeah.
The Adventure Time game was actually not bad.
Yeah. Pirates of the.
Enchiridion.
Yeah.
All right, Cameron, do you want to talk about Twitch?
Oh boy, where do I begin? All right.
So I noticed that we were. I'll just say we weren't on this list for some reason. They must have.
It can't be the
Oh
right
wait,
list.
you
Must
do you
be
think
old.
we make money here?
Well, I figured they have like a losses list as well, where it just has minuses that Twitch is just taking money out of our bank accounts.
Yeah. I don't even know where to begin with this. All right, so there was a massive breach that happened with Twitch. It got all uploaded to 4Gen. I think it was 125 gigs of data that got posted by the hacker, and I believe they were going on about that there's more to come as well. Like this was
But
the
isn't
first
it like
warning.
it's Twitch, isn't it? It's like the whole of Twitch.
It's the
It's
whole
all
of
their
Twitch.
back end. It's everything. It's not
So-
just
Entire
some
source-
files,
Source code, UI,
So
like
Yeah.
files.
full source
secret
code
stuff.
for mobile, desktop, and console. 3 years worth of the creator payout. Actually, I don't think it was 3 years. I think it was 26 months. Proprietary SDKs and internal AWS services used by Twitch. Data on other Twitch-owned properties, including IGDB and CurseForge. An unreleased Steam competitor.
Called Red Herring. Is that the one?
No, that's
Nah.
it's called Vapor.
Vapor.
Oh, Vapor.
Which,
Vaporware. It's amazing.
it's funny, the only Vapor I'm aware of was a really cheap alcohol brand that was basically
God.
alcoholic cordial in
When
Australia.
you open it up, it just disappears.
And yeah, internal security tools. So I think it goes without saying, activate FTUA and change your passwords if you haven't already. Saying that the biggest thing that came out this leak, though, for people was seeing the earnings from like top creators, which is kind of weird at the same time because a lot of these big creators, you can kind of get a rough idea what they're already earning because they show their sub accounts on stream.
Some of them do, yeah.
And general rule of thumb is if a Twitch Prime membership is like $5, usually it's like 50%. You know, if they got a really good deal, 70%. Apparently, all the way up to 100 for some creators that have like grandfathered deals put in.
Yeah, there's a few streamers, and there's a couple of streamers even who have like one-time subscription offers as well.
Yeah.
We just buy it once and you got it forever. Jesse Cox is one of those people, actually.
Yeah.
Guy that I follow. I don't know. What do you guys think? Have you guys taken a look at the list and pulled out any names or?
Yeah, it's been interesting to see who gets paid how much, because you kind of realize that these guys are actually earning a lot of money doing this streaming thing. And what was funny is that there's this really prominent Twitch streamer who's all for like tax the rich and bring down the rich, and I'm just one of you guys, and he's getting $2 million a year or something.
Hassan? Yeah.
And
Is
everyone's
that
going,
the one
"Wait a
that bought
minute."
the house in like LA?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. To,
Everyone's going, wait a minute.
to be
That's interesting.
to be fair to Hassan, 2 million. Like, well, he bought an expensive house, but he lives in LA, so like it was like people were
Yeah,
talking
it's a
about.
2-bedroom.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a 2-bedroom, and he still has to share with somebody. Like that's.
2-bedroom, half bathroom shared with the apartment next door.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, like, at the end of the day, though, is it, like, really surprising that I mean, like, anybody in any certain industry, they're going to have, like, their top earners.
But
I think it's what's the top one, like 5 million since August 2019.
Yeah, I've lost 2 or 3 years. Yeah, it was.
So after 26 months.
Oh, would be Critical Role for the yeah.
Yeah. Critical
There's a
Role
few.
was the highest.
My kid was saying one of them was quite a new streamer as well. I don't know the names of any of them, but you know, he's saying well, he's not been around that long and he's already earned lots and lots of money doing it. So
You got to think at the same time, too, like, these creators will have diversified. Like, think of, like, Twitch compared to YouTube. Like, YouTube is such a bigger beast in itself. And, like, you'll have people like Moist Critical here or Charlie that his whole thing is YouTube, but he still streams daily on Twitch. So, like, how diversified those profits would be.
and also they get money for sponsorships and stuff and all that as well. So
Yeah, these are only
Extra
direct.
stuff outside of it.
Exactly right. These are only the direct payouts from Twitch, so it would be subscriptions basically. Any direct donations, any Patreon stuff that they run, any OnlyFans.
yeah.
Because people are trying to work
interesting,
it.
though. The only female in that list is like way down.
Yeah,
Not even in the top like
Was it-
15 or something like that.
Where's Amaranth?
Oh,
Yeah.
on it?
that's
Amaranth.
surprising.
That would be Amaranth. Yeah.
Yeah, there's Amaranth, and it's not in the she's not in the top 10 at least.
Yeah, and she
Yeah.
works hard. she works. That she streams.
She's made licking ears
an ass, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know where I was going with that.
Is she the one that had the horse head?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's had the pickle, and she. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if I want you to finish that sentence.
I mean,
Brings a whole new
it-
meaning to
It was
pickle
a
Rick.
pickle rack, okay?
it was a giant inflatable pickle wreck. Yeah.
In a swimming pool. It's
Yeah,
fine.
she's hot. She likes her hot tubs. She was on The Price is Scuffed, which was absolutely hilarious. But yeah, so yeah, it's like Amaranth and like this is only direct Twitch playouts. So anything with sponsorships, anything to do with like merch, any direct donations, any of that stuff wouldn't be included. So
Because direct donations will be managed through Streamlabs.
yeah, exactly. So that's a lot of these are probably sitting at like double at least.
Yeah, and it doesn't also cover the Twitch exclusivity deals that they've paid to get the guys onto Twitch.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, these guys are sitting very pretty, I think.
So
You know
thinking
what?
about it, so as the Mixer offered, how much was it to that guy in Mixer? How much was he
Was
offered
it-
Like
to jump across?
almost like 900 million
Are we talking
dollars in
Ninja?
shares or something. Yeah, for
Ninja.
Ninja, that's it. Yeah.
I think Ninja and Shroud were both.
like huge amounts of money.
Yeah.
Because I think Ninja got shares in Microsoft for coming across.
Wow.
Yeah, so apparently the report is it was around as much as 30 million from Mixer, basically to just basically exclusively stream with them.
Over 3 or 4 years, wasn't it? Wasn't it over a period of time, wasn't it, as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was supposed to be. Yeah,
And Mixer
obviously it
lasted
didn't-
6 months.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because Mixer was such a good platform.
Yes.
Yeah,
We're
it's
all sad.
Amazing.
I really
It
wish
was
that
interesting.
streamed
So these
live.
guys have made 5 million since August 2019. So I guess that 30 million actually isn't that far away from what they're actually earning over a 5-year period, or
Yeah,
how
I
long
guess
it
so,
was.
right? I mean, I guess if you and then you obviously you put them a bit of a bonus on top of them to incentivize it, right?
Oh yeah.
It's the whole thing about acquisitions. It's like how much does it cost to buy a business as opposed to, because I mean these people are businesses, right? Like they're selling their product and they want other companies want to own them.
It interests me too to see like who the people are behind these teams. Like something like I'm gonna switch to YouTube for example. Like Philip DeFranco show, the team of people that he has to do the news, research, all that kind of stuff behind him. Like there might be the
Producers,
Yeah.
editors, all that. He has a proper team there.
He's
Yeah.
got his own studio as well. Like he's actually fully set up. Like he has a side business on top of what he does. He created that after the YouTube channel.
So, and he talks about like not having all your eggs in the same basket, but it would be very interesting to see these top creators whether they like what kind of teams they have behind them, or is it just hey, I just produce this content and I've got one editor to help me manage my day.
For a peek behind the curtain that I've really enjoyed, Harris Heller, he's moved across to YouTube from Twitch, and he's very open about how he set up his stream, how he's built his business, how he's diversified, he's very open about everything. And he's come up with Stream Beats, I think it is, which is proprietary free music for streamers to play in the background that Twitch can't take down.
Right.
And he says it's earning him something like $150,000 a month.
Ooh.
And he paid some guy on Fiverr to write a couple songs. It cost him, I think, $10,000 initial investment.
Wow.
You go, good job. And
money
he's really
hand over
good.
fist, right? I mean, and it's a great product and a great service. I mean, like, people will be happy to pay for it after the whole DMCA stuff. So
it's a great peek behind the curtain to see how these streamers actually build up and get their team going. And there's not just some dude sitting in his mom's basement with some cool LED lighting going, guys, look at me.
I mean, I don't know if you've seen a Pay Money Wubby stream, but that's pretty close to what that is. But and he's like number 34. But I think he might be the exception rather than the rule.
It's funny. Something funny I thought about today too. How close do you think that? Like, I wouldn't call us streamers, yeah.
I mean,
Like, we technically are, but I wouldn't call us streamers, yeah.
Yeah.
But the closest person that streams, how, like, there was a conversation in the Paxos, one of the forums today, and it kind of just made me think of, like, what's the chances there's probably somebody down the street that does it every single day?
Yeah, probably. I mean, like the whole Twitch stream thing is something that everyone, like, it's the kids wanted to grow up to be, police officers and astronauts, and now it's like, no, I want to be a Let's Player and I want to
be famous.
I want to be Amaranth, which you need to shut that down very quickly if you kids start saying that. But yeah, I guess it's like it's become the new thing that everyone wants to do, and but again, it's really just a transition from everyone wanted to be a rock star, or they wanted to be an actor.
Everyone wants to be famous, don't they?
Right? Yeah, they want to have a voice and be famous and be seen and leave a mark on the world and make a shitload of cash and die at 27 from a drug overdose. Like it hasn't really changed all that much, except now you just have to put up with Twitch's TOS.
Got 11 more days and I make it out of the 27 club.
Will you make it? It might be tonight, it might be it, mate.
Yeah.
When you get famous, you get picked up tonight, and then
I got my vaccine 2 days ago, and I thought yesterday was going to be the end.
It's interesting as well. The amount of money that they make is obviously that's what Twitch makes. All of those together added as well.
Yeah, it's like half of that, right? They just
yeah. So it's a decent amount of money they're making out of that. Just
we can totally see how Bezos goes to space.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Do you think people who now have some kind of argument with Twitch try and get more money out of them after seeing how much Mike's off earning?
I think it's a good thing for the creators because they can kind of go like, well, okay, they've got like a 60-40 split. Why am I only on a 50-50? Like,
especially you can see how many numbers they get every week as well. And you're like, well, I got the same numbers, but he's earning 5 million. I'm only earning 2 million. So what's happening here? Sort of thing. So
does the leak include the percentage of cut?
It doesn't, but like you can kind of get a rough.
You could probably work it out, can you? Yeah.
Ludwig around the sub counts. Yeah.
Ludwig, who's a big creator on there, I think he might have made the top 10. Basically, went into the breakdowns of, all right, this is what you'd be doing at like $2.50, $3.50, $4, $4.55, and then just basically inputting those numbers and measuring them up. But I think it comes back to the conversation at the same time as every employer is going to tell you, don't discuss your pay rate with your coworkers.
Yeah.
Because they don't want you to have a leg up to go to them and say, well, and Ludwig was using the exact same argument in his latest video. Guy worked at Walmart for like 12 years, was earning $12 an hour. He started at Walmart, $12.50.
Yep.
You don't have that discussion, you're never going to know.
No, exactly. I mean, the thing, I guess the difference is with Twitch is that because you're working for an entity that's an entertainment entity that has a lot of, you have a lot of non-disclosure stuff. There's a lot of things you literally are not allowed to talk about.
Your independent contracts is
a lot of contracts around like how open you're allowed to be about how much you're being paid. So I believe like there was a lot of like the whole like Twitch takes 50% thing was almost like taboo for a little bit.
They only came out recently, didn't it?
It basically got leaked, or basically enough people came out and said, yeah, this is kind of how it works. So they kind of just...
So do you think YouTube's going to come in and start stealing people? Say, no, we can offer you
I mean,
yeah.
they,
I
well,
mean,
they
they
already
could.
have. They've already started,
Got a
right?
leg
Oh, they
up.
have. Excellent.
That's
Um,
interesting.
So like I think it was like Tatman, I think his name is.
I think-
Oh yeah,
Tim
Tim
the
the
Tatman.
Tatman.
The problem is Twitch really aren't helping themselves. Like hate raids, like stuff like this. Like for the last year, it's basically been a shit show.
It's always been like that, though. It's always been a horror
it's just
show
now
the
more
whole time.
public. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
that's right.
Like I'm personally interested to see if any like internal communications leak,
Well, that yeah.
especially around that kind of stuff.
There was some
And it
stuff.
being Amazon as well. It's a huge company.
Yeah. Yeah, YouTube really aren't like. I mean, this is the perfect opportunity for YouTube to start swooping in because now they know the numbers, right? But before they were talking about like, hey, you know, this is roughly what I've been told that you're making, or this is what they presented to me, and this is the counter offer, and it's like, okay, well, but yeah, like Tim the Tatman basically announced that he was moving like 2 weeks ago. Basically, he came out with a whole video being like, hey, this is my past, and here's my new door, and I'm going to go to YouTube Gaming because he secured the bag. They paid him a big chunk of change, and I'm sure it's going to happen to all. Like I guarantee you, like, and I'm sure YouTube already had this list of people because they've already done the numbers on who gets the most subscribers and views. But now they know exactly what the counter offer needs to be to get them to move over.
How many in that top 100 though would be purely on one platform?
Oh, any of them for the right money.
No, I mean like as in how many of them
at the
solely
moment, you
would
mean.
stream
At
on
the
Twitch?
moment, almost all of them, I would bet.
But you just could.
In terms of streaming, at least.
Yeah.
But you go in there and say, hey, you got exclusive to YouTube or Facebook Gaming,
Yep.
and we'll give you a couple $1 million, you know.
Yeah.
And that's nothing for those guys as well, for Facebook or Google.
Yeah, exactly. It was funny because because Wubby is like the one streamer that I follow, and so his response to it, which was quite good, was he again, most of the streamers have just been like, yeah, here I am on the list, and you know whatever. It's like not much I can do about it. It's leaked information, and he basically just came out saying $1.7 million. And it's like at this point, YouTube could just offer me a courteous nod, and I'd probably just move over there. At this point, where's the money? Come on. So it's
Show
like,
me the money.
yeah, exactly. It's like, hey, you offer any of those streamers $5 million, $10 million, they'll easily consider it for a platform as big as YouTube. I mean, if you're going to go to like Facebook Gaming or some other dead platform like that,
Or Mixer, yeah.
or Mixer, yeah, exactly. You probably need the 30, 50 million to get people to move over because it's like, well, I need to secure the rest of my life because this is the end of my career.
Yeah.
But
But I mean, you'd be stupid not to. If YouTube kind of nods at you going, we're even going to just pay you the same amount of money and you come to YouTube. You go, well, I mean, cool.
Cool.
yeah, great.
Wanted an early retirement anyway. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like the community, it's a different community, but at that point, everyone has a price, and I don't blame any of them for taking the bag. Like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't
At
you?
that stage, it's pretty easy. You just change your stream key and you carry on doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
No, Restream does it. You just do both at the same time. It's amazing.
Wow, that gets
Do you think this is going to lead to kind of like a streamers union where they all talk together and start negotiating pay rates and stuff and actually have some formalities of go, right, you've got 10,000 subscribers, here's the pay range that you're getting. You've got 20,000 subscribers, here's your pay range, and sort of build up the industry that way.
I'd be very surprised if there wasn't top creators doing it already.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the discussion's been had, right? Because they have the power of the people, but it's going to be a very exclusive club, and I don't think that it's the threshold to get into that union is going to be quite high.
Yeah, it'll probably work against them as well.
Exactly.
People just, no, we're not interested in you lot because you do this or whatever. Like, it just won't be interested.
And because
It goes against the internet, doesn't it?
it's because streaming is the flavor of the month, right? People just it's so easy to fall out of favor. Like you could just and like you get cancelled suddenly. You're off stream. You get Dr. Disrespected or whatever. Like something happens and just you're done.
Yeah.
And suddenly it's like, oh well, I was in a union and now no one wants to work with me.
I'm on Facebook Gaming.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Even Dr. Disrespect can't talk about why Twitch fired him.
No, I can't.
So I mean,
Yes.
that's the power of Amazon behind you.
Yeah, exactly right. It's,
Do
I
you
wonder if
think
he's
Twitch
standing by the
cares?
sidelines, just leak.
yeah, well,
He's the leaker.
yeah, exactly. It was him. It was him at the end of the day. Yeah.
Do you think Twitch cares
About the
about
leak or-
this?
or
They're
about-
going, oh, it doesn't really matter. It's fine.
No, they don't give a shit.
No, I don't think so. I think they just move on and forget about it.
Yeah. it's only one of the the biggest leaks in streaming history, but it's fine. It'll get brushed
As
over.
long, as long as they keep making money, who cares?
Yeah,
It's Amazon.
That's him.
Yeah. I mean, Twitch
we're
didn't even
heading
do anything
for a
with the
Cyberpunk
hate
future. I'm looking
raids.
forward to it.
Talking
Twitch
about
didn't even
Amazon.
do anything with the hate raids, so
Yeah, well, exactly. They don't. Why would they? Like
they're just like, oh, look, we're in the news again. Any news is good news.
People
You
are
know,
like, oh, what's Twitch?
it's a concern when streamers have to come up with creative ideas how to stop hate raids rather than the platform actually helping them.
Yeah.
Well, there was one that came up on Twitter the other day, and it was horrific. He said that someone came into the stream with a new created user, said his partner's name, child's name, said the address on stream and chat, and then deleted the account.
Oh boy, that's
Yeah.
Okay.
And like the streamer posted on Twitter saying, I had to stop streaming because I can't be on stream. I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, that's terrifying.
Yeah,
Right, and that's a whole. There's you get parasocial relationship, and then you get that, which is like
That.
Even a step beyond.
Which
that.
should never happen anyway. Like that's
Yeah.
full stalking, but
Yeah.
but still.
Yeah, the internet does breed a lot of crazies.
Unfortunately. But hey, if they're going to subscribe,
Gonna give some
like
money.
and subscribe.
It's like, let's.
The xboxcast.co.nz.
Yeah, exactly.
Good one, Lee. Smooth.
just as subtle as a brick.
Talking about Amazon, should we move on to Epic?
Yes, go for it.
Cool. So Epic Game Store is getting an achievement system. So why are we on Xbox anymore?
It's a good question.
Who downloads the free games anymore? Who's got bored of them?
I never did it.
I used to do it every now and then, but then I
So
was
did
like,
I.
I literally realized it was like, okay, so I get the games with gold every month because I'm like there is a tiny minute chance that I might play some of these games if I don't already own them. There is like I don't even like, and most of that is a lie. Like most of those games I'm never going to play. I don't even lie to myself about the Epic games. I'm just like, I'm literally never going to play this. I finally have a computer after years, like a laptop that can actually play stuff. Didn't change that. I'm still just, I'm already too deep into the ecosystem.
Still playing Solitaire.
Yeah. I've been seeing cards in my sleep, okay? I didn't get to bed till like 3 o'clock in the
God.
morning because I've been trying to get through one of these events before it ended. Anyway, we'll get to
Wow.
that. But sorry, yes, Cameron, you were saying about achievements?
Yeah, so they've apparently rolled out a very basic achievement system for the Epic Game Store launcher. It was limited to a few games involving Ark Involved. Basically, how their tiers work are there is a bronze, which is worth 5 to 45 XP. There is a silver, that's worth anywhere from 50 to 95 XP. There's a gold, that's worth anywhere from 100 to 200 XP. And there's a platinum at 250 XP.
The PlayStation, is it?
So the XP works kind of like Steam's system. You unlock cards, and you go up levels. You have a Steam level, right?
Yeah.
And you that can increase in several ways. So
Like, I'm just trying to think of it because there's still 1,000 XP for a game, so it's similar to Gamer Score like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're just trying to do a weird hybrid between
I mean,
PlayStation.
take what works from both sides, I guess, right? And just kind of mash them together.
We take the Gamer Score from Xbox, we take the trophies from PlayStation, and we take absolutely nothing from Nintendo.
Yeah, pretty much. They probably take more from Stadia.
a couple years ago, there was talk about Xbox kind of doing a revamp of their Gamer Score thing, and it sounded like they were adopting some ideas from PlayStation.
Yeah.
But it was very vague, and it never came about. So I guess
I'm just wondering how much is actually baked into the UI because, like, even upgrading Stallion from gold membership for life was apparently a massive task to actually get it convert to Game Pass.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, because they technically it's not. It was for like the next 100 years or something.
Like it was,
right? They
it was coded in
3,000 years.
Yeah, something crazy.
And now they converted to 800 years of Game Pass Ultimate. But
I didn't get that. No one, I hit up Phil Spencer when I hit my million and just crickets, So unfortunately, first Kiwi to do it.
I mean, Smirnov's top of the leaderboard at the moment, and he's not even.
Yeah, true. Actually, that's fair. Yeah, they were.
I
Like,
saw-
they went through it once. They didn't want to do it again.
I saw Stallion on NXC podcast the other day, and I'm just like, he's not even number one. He's probably not even in the top 10 anymore.
Yeah.
Actually, it
not
might be.
bad.
It might be close.
He's living his best life.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he definitely went with it.
The man definitely made the right choice. Like he was like, just get out while you're on top, and that's pretty much what Smirnov's done as well. He was like, first 1 to 3 million, I'm done.
Jeez,
was
that's
like,
a
yeah,
lot of
great.
games.
It'd be nice to
3
see
million.
Redemption at 4.
Yeah, exactly. Redemption will have 4. He'll quit. So my chance will come when 50 million, somewhere around there, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
Another
Hopefully
couple of
a little bit
weeks.
long.
yeah, next couple of weeks. Yeah. I'm working on it. Yeah, it's getting some good away for some.
Once you
more
complete
traction.
Solitaire, mate, you'll be there. Be done.
Eventually.
It's okay. Look, Zidal will release a few title updates. It will become like a 2-day task to hit 1 mil, and nobody will think about
Wait,
it.
no. You need to get onto Epic Gaming, mate, and get it to 1 million there.
Yeah, sure. I'll be the first person to hit 1 million on Epic Gaming. That's probably the way to go.
That's what you
right?
need to do.
Stallion is 12th.
12th, yeah.
12.
Okay, right.
Yeah. I thought he fell out of the top 10.
Man.
Is Celtic 4 still in the top 10?
I don't think so.
Out of curiosity.
No.
No, he
Okay.
would. I mean,
No.
he hasn't been earning achievements for a long time for a very good reason,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I was just curious of that one.
Yeah, he was up there for a long time.
Not even in the top 50, I don't think. But I could
Really?
be
Celtic?
just looking wrong.
Maybe.
But that's fine. We're not in the top 50 either, so.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I mean,
definitely not in the top 10.
speak for
Look, top 10,
yourself.
top 50 for Australia. I'm happy.
I'm where am I sitting actually? I'm at number 40 at the moment.
Let's
So
have-
and
Yeah.
let's have a look.
I'm in the top 1 million.
oh, see that's pretty good. That's like there's
It's my Twitter bio.
Same.
Is that for NZ?
Yeah. ANZ.
ANZ.
All right, so here we go. We've got Smirnov in 1, 3 million and 2. We've got Redemption 9, 2.868. Pickers Prime third, 2.631. Jimmy Hoover.
So, just wonder where you're looking. Where are you looking for this?
Who has the most Xbox game score on the TA? I'll post it.
Oh, okay.
I'll post it in the.
There's
It's
leaderboard.
the main leaderboard for Gamerscore on TA.
Oh.
Yeah, Stallion is
the-
12th.
The top guy has 3 million and 2.
Sorry, 3,2,235.
Oh,
Yeah,
Because it
that's
would
what
be
I meant.
hilarious if he quit at
Yeah,
like 3 million and 2.
That would be brilliant.
I got over 3 million.
And just
I'm
stop.
out.
Don't you wish Kirby just started the 360 generation and
That would have been great.
and then just finished it at 1,000,001?
1,000,001. Yeah. That's,
And they just retire the gamer.
pretty much. Yeah. Just start a new tag.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that I don't know. I mean, are any of us interested in the new achievement system? Are they like? Are we? Are
I
we
mean,
planning on? Do we do anything with the Epic Game Store? Are we interested in the Epic Game Store still?
No.
Asked for free games.
yes.
The free games you can't play, though. That's why I stopped.
Fair.
Oh, it's nice to just collect.
Mhm.
They're like the free games on Epic Store, like Pokemon. You just collect them all, and then one day you might use them. Who knows?
I mean,
One day you look around and you're surrounded by 25 cats and boxes of stuff you just collected, and you're found dead, just covered under the stuff after one of them falls over on you.
Being nommed.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got
yeah.
tons of Steam games from what was that thing where you pay
Humble
not a lot
bundles?
of money?
Humble
yeah,
bundle.
humble bundles.
Same here.
But all the Star Wars games, great.
Yep.
Got
they've
them all.
talked about doing Xbox Humble Bundles for years.
Yes, I did hear that.
And,
Like, it came out a
oh.
couple months ago, didn't it?
Yeah, because now Humble Bundle are publishing to Game Pass with a lot of their stuff, like that old dodgeball game that came out and that sort of stuff.
What was it? Dodgeball
Humble.
Academia.
Yeah.
Uh,
Was it Omno as well? I don't remember.
You guys should reach out to Humble Bundle and say, why don't you do a 1 million gamer score pack? Call it the Hall of Famers, Hall of Gamers.
All
1
the famous
million
gamers.
Hall of
Hall of
Famers.
Famer
Hall of
gamers.
Gamers.
Xbox
New
1
podcast
million
name.
pack.
put in Game Pass. Easy achievements covers both of us.
Yeah,
There you
easy.
go.
It'll be
And you can
new.
all
There's
get 1
Charlotte.
million.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know about. You know what? Like if Switch got achievements, that might make me play Switch games a bit more. But
If
there's
they
just,
got Xbox achievements or have they got their own achievements?
no, if it got its own achievement system,
Hmm.
it might give me more incentive to actually play outside of my own platform. But that's only for the exclusives. There's no point for me to jump ship if there's going to be the exact same game on Xbox.
Yeah, and usually worse on the Switch. Yeah.
Like Switch, you do for like Melee, Mario Kart, like stuff like that, which I'd be fine for. But yeah, I guess it just depends on the context of it.
Yeah,
If-
I'm
if
surprised
Switch
they
does-
they didn't get more Switch games that had Xbox achievements, because the only one was
Minecraft.
Minecraft, and then Ori. I think were the only two.
Yeah.
'Cause
I wonder if
okay,
Xbox
it's
put
just
in like kind of the terms of
Well,
it coming.
I remember when that stuff was all getting talked about, and there was talk that maybe that Game Pass was going to come to the Switch, because the Switch uses cloud gaming for a lot of its bigger games.
Can you do the browser workaround on Switch?
I don't think so. It'll almost
Because you
certainly be-
can't do it on PlayStation.
Yeah, they've blocked it, which makes sense. I
I
don't
don't know
know.
if anybody's tried.
I'm sure someone's tried.
All right. After the show, I'm going to go and get my Switch. Cool.
You want to
What
move?
they should do is they should get the coalition to work on the achievements for like Mario World or something.
Like, mate, we wanted to release another Mario for several years.
Exactly. It's the Nintendo way, isn't it?
Look, we have to
pretty
just
much.
ruin everything Nintendo. Let's do like Chris Pratt as Mario. Let's do bloody Gears of War's achievements. God.
And then they just use the regular Nintendo Online service.
Which is what, like 2 switches plugged into each other.
Pretty
It's some
much, yeah. And I
duct
think it's got like a hamster on a wheel that runs and just keeps going.
Jeez.
So Cameron, you went to PAX Australia.
Yeah. Good old Twitch again. No. Okay, so PAX Online for Australia is on this weekend. I'm very sad that I can't actually go and see my friends in real life, which, yeah, sucks. Because I always get to go down and get good food and eat Maxibons and I don't know. What else do we do?
I like how you said good food and then you said Maxibons. There's a very clear distinction between the two. Yeah, I do miss PAX. Like, we didn't get to go last year, and we definitely didn't get to go this year. So it's been a couple of years since we've even seen each other. So would be hopefully maybe next year. We'll see.
Saying that, like, because it's online, there's not as many events, but what I've seen today has been good. There was one panel on accessibility in Xbox where they're basically just talking about Xbox being a platform where there isn't a game for everybody, but everybody has a game that they can participate in that's fun for them. And just making sure, like, talking about disability options. The whole panel for that was subtitled, which was a really nice touch. Seeing that none of the other panels have been. I sat through a panel on games research. So all these Monash students, like, talking about what they do in the, like, in terms of research in the games industry, and how it was swapped from more of like a forum thing from like 10 years ago, where it was easy to get historical data and how people were engaging communities, playing the games, where it's basically kind of privatized into like private Discord servers, that kind of stuff. So it's a lot harder to track those metrics these days. And what they're doing around that. I sat through a writing workshop, basically like how they pitch the game, how they like write their story, and how like story sets the tone and everything else in a game. There was a really good one on networking between content creators, which the community manager for that actually sent me a message, and it's going to give me like more details about getting into CM roles, which is good.
Oh, great.
And then just speedrunning, because speedrunning is just one of those things that you can always watch, and it's just always so engaging, because it's like, I'm crazy for achievement hunting, but I mean, they just take it up.
Different. It's like a
Level.
whole different level of like, no, it's like, man, I play a bunch of games. Like, I play one game. And I have done for the last 10 years. It's a single player game on the N64 that you've never heard of. And I've been jumping backwards in it. Found a new trick where if I do a flip, I shave half a second off this time.
Yeah.
I've also never seen my wife and child.
God, just imagine like a court trial, like for a divorce. It's just like, no, I'm breaking up with you. Why? Because like you just can't get past Majora's Mask. Like you can't turn back time
The
in this
failure.
relationship, Brad. Stop living in the past. Oh God. But no, it's I I mean, not being able to see each other in person is like so disappointing. But I guess the positive at the same point is just clicking one button to get between one panel to another, and not having to walk halfway around bloody exhibition hall.
True,
And
but
catching
then yeah.
panels not missing as well, not missing panels because you were on at the same time, which is good.
Oh, and there was a government one as well where they're talking about how they're introducing games into all the industries, which I watched about 10 minutes of because they're talking about the tax offset that they're introducing next year. And everybody's camera was just stretched out completely thin. Which is what you would expect from government departments
Government
streaming,
workers,
yeah. But no, it's been a pretty
Charlotte.
good game.
Yeah.
But
Sorry, I'm doing two things at once.
No, you're all good.
but yeah, I quickly just wanted to touch base on that because it has been good, and like I really enjoyed the networking one from the guys that did that, and it was basically them just talking about their communities and how they introduce themselves. And I've recently found out how to add QR codes to business cards. So I started a whole chat in.
Welcome to 2010.
Exactly, yeah.
I know exactly, but like, it's something that just seems so simple to me now, but still blows people's minds. And there was
I remember Carl having this. Carl had exactly the same feeling. I can't remember when it was, but it was a long time ago. And Carl's getting really excited about QR codes.
It was our wedding invitation.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
So funny.
I
Look what I've done.
I love that people, like I've seen it so many times now, but people like put QR codes on their skins. It's just like, no, just scan me. And then, of course, it's a Rickroll video.
Yeah, because that's what you want tattooed on your body. You're like, I just want a meme. I really hope that URL doesn't disappear because that would be rough.
It's going to be funny forever. I'm sure of it.
Actually, there was a book that I listened to recently called Axioms End, I think it was. It's like a sci-fi book, and it had a bunch of footnote things where it was like a before the chapters they would have like a blog post from within the universe of someone like a leaker talking about stuff, and they would have like the website at the bottom. It's like thebrokenseal.com or whatever, and every single URL in the book led to a Rickroll. Every single one that they used.
So
Anytime
good.
someone looked it up, she went through and was like, "I got the best idea," because everyone's going to be like, "Oh, it's a URL in a book. Let's test it." And so yeah, it all just went to Rickroll videos. So.
And at that point, like you've been fooled like 10 times. You got to go through the rest of the book.
Exactly.
And
You're
make
like,
sure
maybe
there
this is the
isn't
one.
one.
Just run with it. Yeah.
No, it started a really interesting conversation and chat, but then at the same time, they asked a question of like, when you go back to, hopefully PAX does run next year, and people do get to see each other again, are content creators and still going to be using business cards because of a post-COVID world?
Who's got a business card here, though? Who's got a job here? Who's got a
always say,
business card
yeah.
here?
I feel attacked.
You could put your resume on one, mate. That's the way to do it. Just QR code it to them.
QR code it, yeah.
I mean,
I
like,
didn't get offered it. My last job, I haven't got any business cards. At one point, no business cards. You don't get them anymore. You just email somebody that has information.
It's all in your signature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty
Go to the
much
business card.
like networking these days is pretty much like if you're working with somebody in a business capacity, like within 30 minutes, follow them on LinkedIn. If it's more
Yeah,
of a
that's right.
personal,
Yeah.
follow them on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's in person or email. Like that's the only way I've been networking. So
Yeah, and I just don't talk to people, so I just avoid networking in general. That's been my method. I did use that business cards when I first got into the industry, but that was when I was I was a plucky young up and comer when I was working in a startup, and I was like, I'm going to change the world, and then
Look at you now.
yeah, exactly. It's like now now I'm like cool. Now I would just like to pay off my mortgage, thank you.
When our podcast was new, maybe in the first year or two, we had business cards.
That's great.
Yeah,
you
I
know
still
that,
have
Lee?
them.
Oh,
I
you
have
do?
them still. Yeah, I've still
Cool.
got them. Yep. Oh yeah, I've got the stickers as well still.
Oh, nice.
A friend of mine had a friend of mine was a content creator, and they had they didn't want to put content creator on their like business card because it sounds too wanky, right? It's like that or influencer or just someone will roll their eyes when they see it. So I think he just put professional banana, and because most people just wouldn't read the title, they would just look at the name or whatever. So he would just try and he would see who's actually paying attention. So it would just be professional banana, hand it over to them. They were like, oh, and then they would stop. And then they
Double
were
take.
and then it was like, all right, cool. This guy's actually paying
I mean,
attention.
you always want to set that you know, like so many people get so many like business cards or have so many like, hey, like you've got a Dragon Ball Z avatar on Twitter. Like, how the hell am I meant to know you in real life?
sure.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I'm like over 9,345 or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
I'm a big booty lover, 23. Yeah.
But like you know,
Yes, you
putting professional banana on a business card is going to set an impression that people aren't going to be quick to forget.
Yeah, sure. People
Yes.
remember. People remember that professional banana that I met at whatever networking event.
No idea what his name is. I remember his
Yeah,
banana.
but I remember it was
yeah.
a banana. And like, you got to make that your Twitter handle, right? Professional banana.
That's right. You got to follow it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Did anyone's mum have a business card holder?
Oh, I mean, I had
Oh,
like
I've
a little one. Yeah.
I threw mine out recently when I was cleaning my
Oh,
garage out.
like a
I had-
Rolodex, like the Rolodex.
Oh no,
like
mine was
the-
a book, like a book
Yeah,
thing,
my
like a
mum's was
thin
a
book.
book. You could fit maybe 4 downwards, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, on double-sided as well,
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the front and back. You know.
Yep.
Work in any business environment that you're in, like working in a retail, like ambassador kind of role for like 50 different brands, and then just have like 10 years of business cards in a box somewhere.
Yep.
It's just
I used to use them all the time as well. I used to scribble on them like information about people. So when I ring them, I'm like, oh, that's right. He's an idiot, or whatever.
I used to get like businesses give me like full catalogs, and I would just be like, just staple the business card in front,
That's right.
because
yeah,
otherwise
that's
it's just
what
gonna
they-
get lost.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I would just, the only reason I got business cards made was basically so I could put them in jars so I could win prizes at restaurants.
Yeah, that's right. Free beer.
And then just block all their emails when they tried to, get me on their marketing thing, which I know is hypocritical of me.
No, I want to market
yeah.
to you, not you market to me.
Yeah, exactly. I want to market to you, but if you ever send me anything, I will find you.
Oh,
Anything else interesting happen at PAX? Did you see any cool cosplayers?
There was a cosplay stream today, but then Nikita told me I had to watch Ted Lasso before the podcast, or she'd kill me.
Oh, okay, fair.
But it was a really good episode. So
It sounds like she's taken on the Ted Lasso mythos then.
it was a really good season finale. But you wouldn't know because you don't have Apple TV.
No.
But no, this.
Oh no, what am I going to do?
I
What a
wonder.
shame.
What a shame.
It's so annoying having a subscription service for like 2 really good shows.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Saying that there's going to be some more panels over the next 2 days, but I'm going to be away tomorrow, so I'm just going to catch up with them later. But yeah.
So quick, is this all internal gaming stuff, or is a normal
So
person watch
they
it?
they have a Discord, and then everything links out on a schedule to separate Twitch channels. So I think there's like 3 different Twitch channels that I just followed, and then I'm just like
Right,
going
okay.
in between each one, dropping in. But no, it was very interesting. But I don't know what else to say about it. Like, it just doesn't come close to a real time event.
If you can't get on and drunkenly stumble your way up to the rock band guitar, and just basically clear out an entire room of people, like, it's
What's the
really not
point?
the PAX experience.
What's the
yeah.
point?
I mean, like, it's a lot easier to go in a convention hall and scream out, "I have a podcast," than it is to do it in a Twitch channel.
I mean, to be fair, if you went on the convention floor and you did that, a bunch of them would be like, "Shut up, we know, we're recording one." Like, come on. You do get some good equipment.
I need to do that for a hoodie. I have a
Oh, yeah.
podcast.
Ask me about my podcast.
Yeah.
I'm a podcaster, is what it says.
Yes, exactly. And then on the back it just says obviously.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
You know what? Like, I was looking into the marketing behind that. So many of those things just. I'm a engineer major. Like, all those shirts do so fucking well.
Of course they do, because people love to be labeled.
Yeah.
And feel like they're part of a group.
But moving on.
Mr. Hall of Gamer, Hall of Famers hoodie wearing.
One day I'll lose enough weight to get back into it. It's fun.
Yeah, I can't fit mine either.
Moving on. New
Talk about your
controllers.
controller.
New controllers are sending me broke.
Mate, you're not employed. What are you doing?
it's an investment, isn't it? Isn't it an investment?
Yeah, its stock's going to go up. So
I'm using the
that's
money
right.
off designs. I'm reinvesting. That's what it is. No, but so basically 20 years event is coming up on, what was it, like November 15th?
November something, yeah.
So there was, I think it was the Xbox account yesterday was teasing a new controller, and people were trying to figure out if it was like an Elite or a standard controller. saying that it's not just one item, it's two. Actually, it's several. You've got a new controller, which looks amazing. Okay.
And you bought one?
Sorry, it just closed
Oh.
my... Cool, I was
just
reading, but whatever, Google Chrome. It just closed and just said your connection is unstable. That's always a good sign.
Oh.
You are unstable, Cameron.
I mean,
we know you
everybody
bought one of
else in my
these.
life tells me.
Yeah,
Like-
exactly.
Even your computer's
Yeah,
telling you as well.
maybe I just need to set it like a daily
The
reminder.
first time someone calls you a horse, you call them a jerk. The second time someone calls you a horse, you punch them in the mouth. But the third time someone calls you a horse, maybe it's time to start shopping for a saddle, buddy.
All right, I got to back up. So the 20th anniversary special edition controller is a fresh spin on the translucent green of the original Xbox debug kit. So it's basically like translucent black all across, except for like green grips at the back. And I'm not sure if you remember like the indigo transparent Game Boy colors.
Yeah, was it
That-
ice and indigo? Yeah, I remember. I had the ice.
That
one, I
was
think.
the like the first impression I got, which was the very I'm pretty sure it was the first console, like handheld console I got. So I'm just like, this is a sign I immediately need to buy it without consulting my girlfriend. To which point she comes out, seeing my Twitter post, and says, "You arsehole, I would have bought that for your birthday if you had only just told me."
Oh,
Oh no.
I mean,
So did you say buy me the shoes then? Is that what you said?
I think the shoes are like a special
pretty-
giveaway.
Oh, stop giving him ideas, mate.
No, I think
he's gonna come in here with his drip, and he's just gonna kick his feet up and then he'll knock over his computer, and that'll be.
That'll be all over. End of podcast.
I'm pretty sure that the shoes are a like a special influencer kind of object.
The Adidas ones.
Oh,
which-
they're not going to sell. I thought the Adidas ones are selling them, aren't they, next year? or
I
something?
don't.
Oh.
I mean, maybe they're selling it next year. I didn't see any information about that. I mean, the one item that I've told Nikita to buy me when it does come out is the Xbox fridge,
The Xbox mini fridge, yeah.
which
exactly.
apparently nobody else on this podcast is getting.
Apparently I'm not allowed one.
I thought you were getting me one.
What, Matt? Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah, sure. I mean, someone might as well have one because apparently I'm not allowed to have a mini fridge in my house for the various reasons of where we're going to put it, what are you even going to use it for? You don't even know how much it is. I mean,
You say
I mean,
my
like-
drinks, my
Yeah.
Xbox drinks, in
Yeah.
next to me.
my code red gamer fuel or whatever. Yeah.
I could do for some more shoes, says Allison. You don't drink Gamer Fuel.
Well, because I can't.
This is the first time.
G Fuel doesn't ship over here,
I
unfortunately.
don't want to know how much caffeine Matt consumes on a daily basis.
I
To
don't
grind solitaire to like 3 a.m. in the morning.
Mate, I don't even drink coffee. I won't say caffeine free because I do love me a soda every now and then. But like I'm about as straight edge as you get. I don't have any fun. It's just I'm so fucking boring. I mean, well, I'm playing solitaire, so I didn't really need to elaborate.
What else was I going to say? So I mean, the one thing with this controller is it has like I don't know how to explain it. Like the button on the console is like the turn on button is like green, yeah, rather than that, which just looks really awesome. And I don't know how else to explain it other than that. And when you actually connect it to a Series S or X, it will unlock an exclusive 20th anniversary dynamic background.
Okay, that's
Ooh,
kind of cool.
Okay,
That's
man. I think
So
we
you
need a
said
new
to-
controller.
Pass it around a bit, yeah. Just send it over so we can get the.
So if I connect it to mine, would I get it too?
I guess
I
so.
just need to find. Could you just?
I don't know
just-
if it's one unlock or if it's multiple. Like,
Okay.
Because it would be cool to just buy a controller and then just pass it around and
Yeah,
everyone
so
gets
it's the
the
traveling
right.
controller.
Just send
Yes.
it to us.
Yeah, Cameron.
And then you might get it.
At some point.
we just sign into a bunch of accounts at, like
Yeah,
next
exactly.
packs.
Just
Yeah.
all sorted. Yeah.
The Xbox green button is very cool, but have you seen the back of this controller? If you
Yeah.
zoom in on the handle part, there's like these weird. There's two button-looking areas.
yeah.
What is that?
Button like buttons.
They look like they're on the outside of the controller, not just part of the see-through. But you know,
So
Oh.
the body of the controller features a translucent black finish with silver internals so you can see every detail. Nostalgic green Xbox buttons brings us the first screen Xbox logo. The iconic color can also be found on the back grooves and around the hybrid D-pad.
Doesn't mention anything. It looks strange.
Improved ergonomics, better cross-device functionality, dedicated share button, reduced latency. Not really.
You'll have to do an unboxing when you get it, mate.
I am going to do an unboxing of the Forza controller when that comes, and this one.
Wait, how many controllers do you own? Like, you can only use one of them at a time, right? Like, I'm just... Well, I mean, unless you're very skilled. But
I have a tub up here, which
no.
I've got.
Oh, he's off now. He's going to get his Teddy as well. He's
Yeah,
played.
exactly.
Maybe his
Sorry.
Teddy has
Oh my
one
God.
controller
Yeah,
and he has the other one.
Hyperkin,
Oh, my God. Oh, yep, that's the one that you can kill a child with.
which
Yep.
I got for like $50 because one of the EBs was closing it. That's the one that came with Nikita Series S.
I've got one of those.
One of those.
I've got I've got the black one that I just showed you before. I got the Sea of Thieves one because that looked awesome
cool.
when it came out. And then I have somewhere I've got an Elite version 1 in the lounge room and Elite version 2 there. And Nikita has the S one that came the red one that came out early in the year.
So we all know where Persephone's college fund just went, but
She still gets money deposited into that. It's fine.
just like $100, $200 less than you were planning. Sure.
The Hyperkin one's good though, just to have a plug-in one when I forget to buy batteries.
Sure. Yeah, that does make sense.
Don't
Same.
use rechargeable batteries.
I need to actually go out and buy what are they called? Antelopes? Those ones.
Oh,
Apparently they're the best rechargeable batteries in the market.
Oh,
I bought a whole bunch.
The ones that they recommend to you from like JB Hi-Fi because they're shit.
No,
Yeah, shit, yeah.
there's some stores that even have like not suitable for Xbox controllers.
Yeah.
Because it's so poor. But yeah, no, I've got quite a few controllers, but I think I ended up trading a whole bunch of the old ones when I traded in for the Series X. So, quickly going back to it too, there is a anniversary special edition of the Xbox stereo headset, which the only thing looks like is the outside panels on it. You're wearing yours?
Spaces.
I
Yeah,
think
I
mine's
am
green.
wearing
still,
mine.
I think mine's still
It's
boxed
nice.
up from the move, but
It's these pieces that are they're the see-through.
Oh, right, translucent. You cool.
And it's annoying that it's the stereo ones, not the wireless ones even.
Oh, really?
So yeah, the wired. I mean, come on.
Yeah, mine are wireless. So
Yeah.
Flex.
Good.
I need
Well,
to get
didn't
mine
have
out.
to pay for them, so you know.
The streamer bucks.
Nah, ex-boyfriend who pays for my birthday presents.
Nice.
I mean, I wasn't going to call you out, but sure. I mean, just call yourself out. That's fine.
What? So you're getting
That's fine.
you're getting a
It
boyfriend
runs-
right about the birthday, and then it's just like catch you later.
I didn't mean to.
It just worked out that way.
Like,
just
I
works out quite
honestly
well.
did not mean to.
It was just convenient.
Oh, God.
Moving along.
It was 2 months
So,
before
I
my
was gonna say,
birthday.
we'll get into Charlotte's gold digging later.
Cool. The other stuff is just the 20th anniversary Xbox gear, which, I mean, of course, I'm kind of surprised at the same time that they didn't do that Xbox 360 looking controller. They got really popular from the design labs.
The white one with the
Yeah.
colored buttons, yeah.
Like just doing a limited run of those. But I mean, I
Okay.
guess if you want them, like you
You
could
can
do a
make your
design
own
lab.
one,
Yeah.
yeah.
They've done the white Dukes, haven't they?
They've done a Cortana Duke,
Oh, Cortana, that's right. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Cortana one that came out. Yeah.
which is like $200 retail at the moment, which is
What?
yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Third party. They can charge whatever they want.
True. Yeah, I just used the controllers that came with the Xbox.
Yeah.
Have you seen the third parties making those controllers? Like the Scuff one that's come out. Looks really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Really awesome.
I'm interested. I don't need more controllers, but the one that has the transferable buttons.
That's
like-
well, that's got it's got different. You can change all the. It's
Like,
like
you
an
can
Elite,
change
you
the
can change the
entire
height
layout.
of all stuff. Yeah, and you can get different face paints and all sorts of stuff on it. They're pretty cool.
But
But they're $300 New Zealand. They're like,
yeah. I mean, I really want to mess. Like, if I had the money to, I mean, I could buy an accessibility controller. But I really just want to mess.
it's just one for each hand.
It wouldn't be a wise
And one
investment.
for your feet. Just go for it.
No, but it would be very interesting for an achievement hunter to mess around with the accessibility controller and see what could be done with it.
See what macros you
Wait,
can get
no.
on it, and then you can just.
Yeah,
I was going to
exactly.
say,
Yeah.
is that you saying it'd be nice to get the accessibility controller to see if it makes playing games easier for you to get achievements quicker?
Yeah, that's literally that's.
I'm making
That's exactly what I just said.
Sure.
if it's
His,
more
his
accessible to get
disability is that he's bad at video games. I think is what he's saying. He just,
Gotcha.
That's
Gotcha.
fine.
make,
Also,
His
has
disability
anyone
is playing games. Sorry.
Yeah, that's
Fair.
it. Has anyone seen the trolley gummy lollies controller? And
Oh yeah,
skin
that
for
thing's
the-
that's horrific. I just
It's like
What?
Oh,
Oh, that's what is going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
they
it's
just
got
put
the
a
gummy
box-
worms and everything.
I like the color scheme without the gummy worms. I must
Yeah.
say.
Does it glow in the dark?
No, I got to look this up. That looks amazing.
Does
Yeah,
it glow in the dark? It should.
We need links in the Discord later.
Just
Um,
literally, I'll send it to you. There's a picture on Google
Okay.
Oh, that's
and Twitter, I
amazing.
believe.
And the last thing was basically a Razer Universal Quick Charging Stand with just the 20th anniversary limited edition on it. Which I should probably get some of those controller stands at one point. But I put them all in the tub.
just put them in
Just
a
throw 'em.
tub. Yeah, just
Throw 'em against the
throw
wall.
the $300 piece of equipment just face down into a tub with a bunch of other crap.
You
Give
never
it to
know.
kids.
You never know when you get any 8 controllers or 8 Xboxes.
What you should do, you take all the controllers, you put them in a bathtub with yourself, and you do a sexy
Just
photo shoot for the
wave and
Patreons.
you can lay on them.
That's a really
Oh,
good
Okay,
idea.
no,
okay,
no,
okay.
we're not
I-
doing
no,
it.
that is
We're not
good.
doing it
Actually,
in calendar
job is
again.
done.
Okay.
This is the nude calendar.
This is
Okay.
that is a good.
Oh, you
investment,
got one for every
Kyle.
month. Have you got
All
one for
right,
every year? Every
I
month?
have
proud
a
of
story.
you.
I have a story. I have a story.
I'm proud of you. That's
Hard to
that's
just
the kind of
kick
man
us
that
off.
makes money.
So, one of my earliest Xbox memories is meeting a friend of mine and going and playing paintball with him in Albury, which is probably like 2 hours away from here. So I made a few different friends around, like playing COD, Titanfall, that kind of stuff. We all met up, did paintball, and then somehow I came across a photo of a guy that looked very similar to one of my friends at that point when we're like sharing a motel. At which point I had to ask, is this you? And it was quite literally like a guy naked from the chest up with 2 Xbox controllers on his nipples. That looked identical to my friend's.
Wait,
And you're
is
like,
that
wait,
why?
and like- you're
Is
like,
that
wait,
why
but
you
I've
collect
seen those
Xbox
nipples
controllers?
before. You're like,
But he had to look like he did like a double triple take on it because he was just like, it really looks like me.
it was his doppelbanger. Yeah, like it makes sense. Like I understand that.
So if
Or
you're
was
out
it?
there, OnlyFans, Matt, like, let me
Yeah,
know.
sure. I mean, look. Hey, we've got to pay the Patreon doesn't cover all the bills of the podcast. All right, you just, we got to get.
I would buy the calendar, mate, if you do it.
Sure. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, like I
I
want to do a
mean,
hot
like,
tub
that's
stream at
one
some stage.
purchase.
You need more Xbox controllers. You need one for each day of the month.
Yeah, yeah. We need something. Yeah. Sorry. Yes, Charlotte. Do you have some ideas?
Charlotte.
Yeah, I have multiple, but I would buy it too.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, me
fine.
too.
Oh. Okay, well. It's like that's might also be good enough for a limited run at this point.
I can't wait for Christmas.
Yeah.
I know, I'm so excited. I get one from my
2022
family,
calendar.
get one from my mum, get one from my nan.
Oh, great.
See
It's a new niche for OnlyFans.
Yeah, see the problem is that the Hall of Famers trophy is see-through, so I can't really use that in any really good tactical way without scandalizing, because I do actually work in an office. Well, I work for an office, I should say, and they do listen to this. I don't think they're probably not going to get this far.
If you hold it far away enough from stuff, does it do that whole thing where that glasses do, where it inverts the image?
Yeah, that might work. I think that. I mean, they'll notice what the most annoying thing is anyway. Is that the Xbox logo on the first trophy I got was crooked. That'll be what draws the eye.
that's
So
it,
it's
yeah.
fine.
That's how you can distract them from everything else.
Yeah, exactly. Oh Christ! Well, that's clip of the week sorted there.
Talking about making unwanted advances, do we want to shout out Martel for his 1 million?
Yeah, sure. Go
Charlotte.
ahead, Charlotte.
Wait, that's my turn.
That's your
Okay,
turn.
hang on. I've got to actually find the achievement. That is my turn. The one thing I meant to talk about, and I don't have it ready.
You had one job. Is that what they say?
I know. Well, they didn't.
We
pick
really
me
caught her
anyway.
off
What do you
guard
want?
with the new
prep.
calendar comments.
Yeah, I got distracted. I'm sorry.
Charlotte, stop touching
Yeah,
me naked.
'cause-
Sorry,
Didn't you
I think I might need to go off cam for a minute here. I'm not. You're not
Feeling a bit
allowed to
ill.
show. You're not allowed to show bodily fluids leaving your body on Twitch. So I just need to violently throw up into a
1
bar.
second.
Yeah.
1 moment, caller. Yeah, Martel from AHA hit 1 million and decided to tag me in his post when he hit 1 million. Because apparently I'm only interested in guys that have 1 million gamer score or higher.
Is it true?
So you can't talk to me until you get to it, apparently.
Yeah.
That's great.
Is it true though?
Yeah,
Are you
we
only
need
interested
to
in
know.
guys that hit a million?
She's
Is
not
it
gonna-
true?
No.
I'm not
You're not answering that. Okay.
The achievement was great that he hit 1 million on. It was American Dream, sit at home and unlock achievements all day.
Yeah. I mean
Wow.
that's very fitting.
One way to do it.
That's great.
Yeah. Charlotte doesn't talk to anyone less than 1 million gamer score. I mean, she barely talks to me at this stage, and I'm just very, very lucky. I'm almost at 2 million, so it's like, you know.
I have to get her attention by making gold digger memes.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. You just have to call her out.
Yeah.
What was it? You get what you can. What was it? You can get what you can get out of your
Get what
future
you can
husband.
get from your future husband. The video, though. Oh my god.
Oh god, yeah.
It
Cameron
was from
just-
the How to Be a Gold Digger wiki. How?
What better place to learn?
complete with some amazing drawings. Just the classic, just gormless face, like.
You seem like Charlotte's only interested in guys with 1 million cash. And I was like, it's not cash.
I look.
You
I.
didn't get the meme
I-
right.
It's still funny as all hell.
It's
My
still funny.
my method is like use WikiHow pictures, attach the most awful music possible, and it's turned into a video. Content creation, right there.
Yeah, there you go. That's
It
how
took
you
you
get
30
ahead.
seconds. I'm proud of you.
No, it took him an hour and he charges for it. All right. Well, let's move on because we
Yeah.
have been at this for nearly 2 hours. So we have Cameron. Do you want to race through the Game Pass stuff?
All right,
please?
cool. So basically, just gonna say what is coming to Game Pass this month, and then you can quickly just touch on whether good, bad, whatever. The Procession to Calvary is coming on October. Oh, it came yesterday. Sorry.
Yesterday.
Great game. Great game. Highly recommended if you like Monty Python.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Ooh,
It's
okay.
hilarious. Do it.
It's basically the whole game is Renaissance paintings, but with the kind of really crude, like ridiculous humor of Monty Python. It's
Excellent.
I laughed out loud like 5-6 times going. It's a short game too, so I was like, it was hitting really good.
Awesome.
I would recommend using the walkthrough though,
Yes. Yeah. There's
because it's a bit like to try and work through the game is quite.
Arduous.
Yeah.
it's a point and click, so
Yeah.
you kind of have to work on their sort of moon.
Oh, I
logic.
see. Just click everywhere.
Kind of, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Nice. Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, which I think was in early access with
Yeah,
achievements.
it's been a game preview for a long time. I only just got achievements now.
Oh, okay. Cool. I know CJ recommended this one a while ago. Is it Visage or Visage?
Visage, yeah, that looks like a horror game, right? It looks like kind of spooky.
Apparently that's really good, based off his recommendation.
No car. No car.
No,
Car's shaking his head.
No.
I'm pretty
Nope.
sure that the start of that game deals with strong suicide themes too. So
Oof, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So not a happy camper game.
yeah, not a happy camper game. Something that might be a little bit more happy camper in terms of horror, Back for Blood,
Yay.
which I'm looking forward to on October 12th. Also, Destiny 2 Beyond Light is coming to PC October 12th. Ring of Pain on October 14th. And the Rift Breaker on October 14th as well.
Just quick question. Anyone play Back for Blood on beta?
I
No,
saw
didn't,
some of
actually.
it, but there's so many games in my backlog, there's no point me playing a beta until there's actually achievements.
Ah, okay. One of those people.
Achievement Hunter, yeah.
Yeah, Achievement Hunter. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was looking at it, but again, I didn't jump on it because I enjoyed Left 4 Dead kind of, but it's definitely not my kind of game. Like you need a really good dedicated group if you're going to get through it.
It is fun. I did it with Diabot Jester, one of our listeners, and it was awesome. He knew stuff. He did Left 4 Dead lots.
See, there's the
So
trick,
he knew
right?
things.
See,
yeah.
that's the thing. You let your friends get like really good at it after a year.
Yeah, that's right. And just
Wait
tag them
until
back.
they like need like 5 achievements left, and just like, all
Just
right,
stand
cool.
behind them.
Run me through
Yep.
the entire thing, and I'll help you get those last ones.
Well, that's
And-
basically what we did with, Neomaster and Kingsman in regards to Sunset Overdrive.
Sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was me achievement hunting.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way to do it. You've got it. You got it down. Don't ever achievement hunt with Cameron though, because when he says he'll help you get the last 5, he means that he'll run in and get shot, and you just
Yeah.
have
I
to
mean,
work it out
context. It depends on the game.
And you have
But...
to carry him.
Yeah,
No, you
pretty-
get shot in
pretty
all
much.
the games, don't you, Cameron?
Yeah, pretty much.
Doesn't really matter.
Remnant.
Look, I'm good at all the games that
Overcooked.
people don't
Yeah,
play.
overcooked. Yeah, they're just sniper out of nowhere. They're just like, nah, mate.
He's obviously don't play Halo with me, so it's fine.
Yeah, Halo is, yeah.
All right, going through the games leaving Game Pass about mid-month. Toddy, shut up. All right, going through the Game Pass games. Gorna 2, which I still believe has an unobtainable.
Unobtainable, so don't worry about it.
Leaving Game. If you're gonna put in Game Pass, have it fully completable. Whatever. Katana Zero, was that the one you completed, or was it Scourgebringer?
No, I've done Scourgebringer.
Okay. What do you think of Scourgebringer?
Scourgebringer's good. You can put assists on to basically make yourself invincible and just kind of have a good time with it. There's still a couple of slightly challenging achievements, but it's got a really high ratio. It's a really, really great, like stylistically, looks cool. Music's good, combat's fun, like it's very snappy. And the accessibility options, like it's like you can also like turn down the speed of the game if it's like too frenetic and you want to kind of just get through it. Or you can turn it up to 150. You just want to rush through it. So yeah, I liked it quite a bit.
Ah, sounds like my perfect game. I'll just put
exactly.
it all up to max.
Yeah.
Tales I said Katana Zero. Tales of Vespia, which is like JRPG.
Yes, it's a fantastic traditional JRPG. Well, somewhat traditional. It's you go into battles and you can roam around the arena and fight things. So it's an action RPG. Traditional story has quite possibly the highest rated like popular character that Namco ever created with the main character Yuri. It's probably one of the better ones that they've done in the Tales series. But they just came out with the new one, Tales of Arise, recently, which I think is very, very good. I haven't played it yet.
I'm hearing really good things of Tales of Arise.
That's right.
And then the 2 ones that don't have achievements, so we're not really worrying about them, but Heave Ho and Swords of Ditto for PC. I believe they don't have achievements anyway.
No, they don't.
Cool. But that's it for Game Pass. Do we quickly want to go through what we've been playing?
Yes. Charlotte, you want to go first?
Yep. I can go first.
Are you ready?
I'm like 3rd on the list, but that's fine. Whatever.
The list
It's
doesn't matter.
just like, okay, whatever.
Sorry.
Give me 2 seconds. I'll
Sorry,
bring it.
I can go first. I'll go first. Don't worry about it. I'll
Yeah,
just
that's
quickly go
easier.
through what I've been
Thank
doing. So I played a little bit of stuff this week. I don't know what my actual score is.
I'll look
I
it up.
played. Thanks. I played I Saw Black Clouds, which is a Wales Interactive FMV game. It's okay.
It's not their best.
It's definitely not their best work. It's no The Complex or what was the other one? Late Shift or anything like that. Or like it's okay.
Late Shift, Palm Monroe. What else?
Shape-shifting detective.
Yeah.
It's fine. The story is okay. I didn't really like where it went and just kind of like it dragged and like none of the characters are interesting and like also felt like I had a lot of filler content in there. I also played Twin Mirror, which is a Don't Nod game, which is a bit interesting.
What's a Don't Nod game?
So Don't Nod did Life is Strange.
Yeah, your
Oh,
favorite
okay.
game, Pete.
Yes, Ella good.
Hella good.
Yeah, I love the original Life is Strange. And they also did Remember Me before that, which was like a third-person action game that no one ever played. Had a couple of interesting moments in it. It was about like going into people's minds, but the game itself was just kind of boring.
And you could rewind people's memories, eh?
Yep. So they marketed that segment. They're like, oh, you go into people's minds and like change their memories and stuff. And it's like you do it like 3 times in the whole game, and the rest of it is just like a really subpar Batman style like fighting game. So this game was like sort of it's a relatively linear narrative game where you're basically going back to a town after your best friend basically died in a car accident, and so like you've left the town. It turns out it was a mining town, and you wrote like you basically exposed the fact that the mine was basically massively unsafe and got it shut down, and so everyone hates you. And so you left, and now you've come back, and like suddenly you're sparking controversy, and there's things going on with the town, and like so it has a little bit of like Life is Strange kind of mystery, but with less hellas in it. It was okay. It deals with like a lot of psychological things around like you essentially have an imaginary friend called him, which is like a social version of yourself that wears glasses.
It's not a lazy name.
Yeah, it's not really explained, but it's like you basically in certain situations you have to choose whether you're going to be like analytical and use your mind palace analytical, like figure out what's going to happen, or you're going to rely on him and that side, and he's going to work you through like social situations and social engineering and like talking to people to get the answers you want. It was okay. Like the story was kind of throwaway. It wasn't like the mystery wasn't that interesting. It's kind of a slow game, but yeah, like think about like they tried to do like they do with the Life is Strange games. They tried to do like, oh, we've got powers or something weird happening. Like with the first game, it was like time, like rewinding time, and the second game it was like telekinesis. So it was all right. Like it definitely not their best work, and like you could tell it was made on a little bit of a budget in terms of like the acting, like the voice acting and like the models and stuff doesn't look amazing, but. It was on there. I figured I'd give it a go. It's been sitting in my backlog for a while just because I like Don't Nod, and I want to try out some of their other games. I recommend it if you like that narrative kind of game. I also did Scourgebringer, which I've already talked about. I've been playing through Forgotten Anne, which is it's a beautiful looking game. It is an okay playing game. It's a side-scrolling puzzler platformer where you essentially are in a world where things go when they're forgotten, but you play one of the few humans there, and essentially you're trying to find a way back to the ether, back to the world, and there are a bunch of sentient things that have been forgotten, from like like a scarf to like a blanket to like a bookcase to like and they all have like sentience and they've come alive. And so you basically, a bunch of them are like trying to rebel against you and your master, because they reckon that building this portal back to the real world is gonna destroy everything and that sort of stuff. And it's like it's a thing about like capitalism, environmentalism. It's a little heavy-handed, but has a really beautiful art style in this sort of Studio Ghibli-esque, but like it's like a painting. It moves really really interestingly. I'd highly recommend you guys go watch a video of it. Gameplay wise,
it's called again?
Forgotten Anne, but it's it's an O instead of an E at the end. Forgotten.
Oh, yep.
So yeah, I would definitely recommend looking it up. You could probably get it relatively cheap. It's got a stack. Like I've done the Xbox version ages ago and had it on Windows when it was on sale a few weeks back, so I grabbed it. So I'd recommend it, but it's just like a little short, like 5 to 6 hour completion. Also finished up Ghostbusters, got the last achievement for not breaking over $100,000 worth of damages, which was very, very difficult when you have a proton pack that just shoots wildly. Cool game. A question asked extraordinaire. Isaac did mention that I got it wrong. Harold Ramis was actually alive during the original production of this game on the 360. He didn't die until a couple years later, so it is actually his voice. So thank you for that, Isaac, making me look like an idiot. And then I also played a game called Foreclosed, which is a cyberpunk third-person shooter that's not very good. It has a really interesting art style, but plays like absolute ass. Really bad voice acting, really poor writing. Like in like Cyberpunk, where it's like in like dystopian cyberpunks, they're like, oh, like the subtext is like, like humanity is the only currency or whatever, and it's all like subtext around like how capitalism is going to destroy us and how we need to take care of the environment. This game doesn't have subtext. It just has text. Like the main character starts yelling out the subtext when he discovers the thing that's happening. Like it's literally the most unsubtle game I've ever played in my entire life. It is only like 3 to 4 hours. The enemies are really boring. The gunplay sucks. The art style is the only thing it's got going for it, and the achievements are easy. So it came out like in August, I think. So wait for a sale. And then the last thing has been Microsoft Solitaire Collection UWP.
Bring it home, Matt. Bring it home, mate.
Because
do you like card games?
not real. I mean, like I like card games. I don't like solitaire. Like I mean, you know, like I'll play Netrunner or whatever. But
Gwent.
like, yeah, like I like Gwent. Gwent's
That's
great.
Gwent.
I love some Gwent. Actually, I did play a little bit of Witcher 3, which yeah, I played mostly Gwent. But yeah, I was gonna say, in true Neomaster style, I've decided that hey, I need to play this game this month, and I played literally everything but it. So we'll have to get back to it. Need to get back to it next week. But yeah, Solitaire released a update which just ruined everything. I've had the game complete for a couple of years.
No, they didn't ruin. They added to the game.
Yeah, they added. They re-incentivized.
Re-incentivized, nice. Yes.
Yeah, just bring out the marketing buzzwords, you know. Yeah, so I my history with Solitaire was that I did the original list of Solitaire back on the Windows 8 when it was like a 5 achievement game, and it was really, really easy. And then they released a title update that added in all the daily challenge stuff that you had to do for a year.
Mm-hmm.
And Simone knows about this very well, don't you, Simone?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so, I did most of that, and then I upgraded to Windows 10. And I assumed it would be the same list. It's a separate list.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question. I have one
Yes.
question. So, when you did the first time, you completed with your 5 achievements,
Yes.
and it went to a new game. Did it take away your completion, or does it give you
Yes.
another complete? It does.
No, it took away my
that's-
completion. So
That's
yep.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, because I have my settings set to all DLC on True Achievements. It took away my
Yep.
completion. So I went through. So I had to roll my Windows 8 back roll my Windows 10 back to Windows 8, so I could finish up Solitaire before I re-upgraded to 10. But because I'd already launched 10 and it brought over the progress, it had unlocked achievements for that, and I now had to do it twice.
Yep.
Because the transfer only happens once. So even though I did all the extra stuff in Windows 8, I had to redo it all in Windows 10. And so I spent like a month going through and making sure I did all the challenges, rolling back time, doing all kinds of shady shit, using solvers, using like videos to get through all the expert challenges in a certain period of time. It was ridiculous. And I was like, it was one of those things that I'm super proud that I finished. And now, years later, they're just like,
amazing.
Windows 11's coming out. We're not going to do a separate list. We're just going to add on to the one we've got. Enjoy.
I like
wasn't
how
there
it's less than
something?
50% as well.
Yeah.
Less than 50%. Like it's a proper
It's
kick in the nuts.
It's a big update. Like, yeah. It's like
Sorry,
yeah.
update.
Wasn't there something? It was Terraria on 360. Yes.
Terraria on Xbox One got an update like 7 years after it came out. So like again, there's been a lot of just going back to old stuff that I thought I was completely done with and would never have to look at again.
Are you tempted to go to Epic Gaming?
You know what?
Store
That
now?
might actually be the thing that moves. This might be the thing that breaks me. I might just be like, you know what?
I'm done. I'm out.
gonna pack it all in. I'm leaving the podcast. I'm gonna start up my new empire over there.
Solitaire's ruined you.
Yeah, so Solitaire has ruined me. Ironically, the game about playing by yourself has broken
The
me.
calming, relaxing game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The very zen single player, just like relaxing.
Just have a chill out.
Kill some. It's meant to kill some time. It's killed all of my time.
Did you know that there's more than one name for the game of Solitaire, and one of its other names is called Patience?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, it's testing mine, so I suppose that does make sense, right? Yeah. But anyway, that's the long-winded way of saying I only got 6,915 points this week, which I know is a big drop.
It's a slacker, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Less than 1,000 a day. What are you doing? What are you even doing?
Sometimes you catch the Solitaire, sometimes Solitaire catches you. You know?
He's got 100,000 lead on Mephisto. He's basically just call it quotes.
Yeah. Is it 100,000?
I think it's like 120.
Look at that smirk.
I mean, look.
Oh, is it? I haven't
He's
checked.
like, somebody's racing me. I don't know
I
that.
looked recently.
Yeah, I think he was pleasantly surprised. so that your rival's name is Mephisto?
Yes. So Mephisto for the win is my rival who challenged me back in September.
Has he found Solitaire? You should introduce him to Solitaire.
No, I believe he has played some Solitaire, so he's probably going to be going
Okay.
back to it. But he challenged me on the 8th of September, and that's when I decided. And the 9th was when I decided to do my big push.
Did you?
So if he challenged me a week earlier, I probably would have even got like 150,000.
Did you talk about hitting 1.8 this week?
No, I did that last week. I did that last week with
Was it last week?
On
Yeah,
the
with
nose, yeah, on the nose as well.
on the nose with that
So it
terrible
was right before the podcast.
Oh, okay, yeah,
a
yeah.
terrible unicorn game that I played.
No, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, Unicorn Princess. Where
Yes, beautiful game.
One thing I forgot to mention about that game is that one of the quests is you get hooked up with your horse to a carriage to basically deliver some soda across the map, and then they turn you around and you have to re-deliver the empty bottles afterwards. And I was
Recycling.
like, that's quality gameplay right there.
I thought you were going to say I hooked up my horse. It was kind of
no, I
awkward.
thought you were just going to leave it there too.
Yeah,
I had to hook up my horse.
What a strange side quest.
I thought you were going to say you had to hook up with your horse, and I
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
that's a different game. That's a different game. I mean,
Horse dating
horse girls
simulator.
are crazy, but that's But yeah, Mephisto challenged me, and he was about 80,000 or so behind me, which is still a big chunk. And now he's 195,000. So I'm pretty comfortable that he's not going to beat me by October 31st, which is when the challenge ends.
Have you spoken to him in between?
Yeah, every now and then he sends me a couple of things. We talk on the Discord.
You just send him screenshots.
Oh, he knows. He's well aware. He's been. He even sent me a message being like, "Oh yeah, how's that trash going for you?" And I said, "Well, you really. I was really hoping to get away with not having to play a bunch of this ever, but he's forced my hand. So, I'm taking a break. Apparently September is my month for just doing trash because I did the same thing last year for the Hall of Fame. So we'll see what happens next September when I have another 200,000 a month.
It'll be crazy. Who was the first 1 mil in ANZ?
I wouldn't even know at this point. Probably Big Sexy.
Big sexy or big saxy?
Big Sexy.
You'll
Okay,
probably be.
cool.
You'll probably be the first ANZ to 2 mil.
Yeah, almost certainly. That's what I want. Probably not by the end of the year though, which was a lot of people were saying. But
I mean, I guess it depends on how hard Mephisto and Rogue are going to push, but.
True. Yeah. CJ, who we've also talked about, did also challenge me on the 17th. By popular request, top PlayStation gamer set to bring back some excitement to the Oceanic boards as he takes down full-time gamer and sheep enthusiast. So yeah, thanks for that, mate.
I don't know how he thinks he's going to do both platforms.
I mean, to be fair, he's at 400,000, so he's got a little bit of work to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've talked about me for enough now. Cameron, what have you been playing this week?
All right, let me just bring it up. All right, I'm going to quickly go through it because a lot of it's pretty much the same stuff I always do. Halo ODST, I've got a few achievements left. I need to go back into it, but it's just difficult finding a third. Toddy finally got his internet fixed so it doesn't have the dropouts every 5 minutes. So we're just trying to get that done. Forza Horizon 2 360, Toddy's also been helping me do. I have 4 achievements left in that, which includes the Rivals, the $20 million worth of cars, and then 100 playground games and 200 multiplayer events. So it's basically just long grind. Fallout 76, I've been playing with Nick. It just feels like Fallout. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it last week. It's just the exact same Fallout kind of game where it's like I don't see why they didn't just do Fallout 5. If you get what I mean.
Well, yeah, I guess so. I mean, they just didn't want it. They wanted to get a multiplayer thing going and release half as much content. But it's good to see that the radiation sickness has truly sunk into your brain because if you're having fun, there's got to be something going on.
Yeah. I mean, Nick's just playing without me at a certain point, so it's just like, do I want to push? But the main 2 games though I've been playing for the week. What did I do? Was it when everything broke before?
Yes, it's fine.
Okay, cool. Black Ops 3. I finally got done. I started this back in February. We've practically been playing every single Tuesday. Basically the last 2 weeks is just all right, cool, let's do every single day until we get this done. We're pretty sure we found out the most optimized path on how to have the least fun possible in a game and get achievements. Even to the point where Adrian paid his 18-year-old sister, an undisclosed amount of money to help have a 4th booster, which he keeps on assuring us is just a lot, and we shouldn't have to worry about those kind of things.
Wow, that's really fucking shady.
Which me and Keo go, Tony's just what, okay, what the, whatever. And me and Keo are being sensible. We're just I mean, he's like 19, 20, like do whatever, but still. Yeah.
I mean, however he wants to spend his money, I guess.
So we played a. If anybody is ever going to do Black Ops 3 on 360, which I doubt anybody else in existence will ever do, the most optimized path is to find Combined every single time with 6 players, 3 on each team. Get one player to just get the uplink ball and just smash away for points. Which was over and over and over and over and over again. And it was the most tedious achievements I've ever done. But we left the zombies one to last, which was getting to the Pack-a-Punch room on the first round, which wasn't too bad. We finally got it done, and we're never going to speak to each other ever again, except for Tommy.
That's a great idea. I think it's a fantastic. I think it's a fitting end to your guys' relationship.
I think the Halo as well. Doesn't that help? Because the Halo's a bit of a grind as well.
Yeah.
Halo
Like Halo
Black
MCC
Ops,
was fine. This is quite literally.
Oh, this is not as bad as.
This was getting
That's
the
worse.
exact same map every Tuesday night from like, I guess at the very least 5 to 10 p.m. Chucking on your podcast, so I had something in the background to distract me from the horrible existence I was facing, and then just continuously like running at somebody for them to get kills. And,
I mean, like,
and now people are just shouting out ice cream sponsors on
Ice
the
cream.
podcast, and we haven't even got a sponsorship from Peters yet.
I'll cover the brand, but you can probably guess what it is.
Anyway. But yeah, Black Ops 3 is finally done, so I have done BO1, BO2, and BO3 on 360, which finishes off all the 360 games. We're going to have a break from COD now, but then pursue doing the There's a decorated achievement that's very difficult in Black Ops 3, which is going to be like 9 different little items, and one of them is basically going through on veteran and not dying.
Oh, what? Oh,
No.
okay.
No.
But saying that it is the whole team not dying, so essentially what you can do is just as long as it's not a squad wipe, you're fine.
Oh, okay.
But it's just really grindy, and they fixed the Go Rod achievement for quite possibly the hardest Black Ops, pretty much COD Easter eggs. So,
Is there an Xbox One version of these COD games as well for you to do?
BO3
Remakes
is the
and
only one
remasters?
that has the Xbox One.
Oh, cool. So you can do it all over again.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing with Call of Duty Ghosts.
It's the good thing with Black Ops 3 is the fact that the entire 360 list just centralizes on the multiplayer achievements and then just some zombies, whereas in the one list actually had a campaign.
Ah, okay.
So they focus everything in the campaign for Black Ops 3 because 360 is a very poorly optimized match, and I am not surprised that we never came across anybody in the 9 months that we've been playing. You think COD multiplayer, like one of the most successful series ever, never
On the
find
360.
Yep. You never find a single player ever. Whereas then you probably log into Black Ops 1, you probably get
find someone
1,000,
immediately. 2,000.
It's nowhere near as big as the Heyday, but I mean, whatever. And the last game, I finally got a code for Hot Wheels, which has been an absolute blast. I love it. I guess the only downside is they're very much similar tracks. But
I mean, there's only so many bedrooms you can put orange loopy things into, right?
100%. But saying that, like, it doesn't seem to have like an out of bounds kind of system or anything to it. So I mean, if you want to jump off do the loop-de-loop and jump off on a certain thing and manage to land it halfway across the track, it's not going to penalize you.
It's pretty good.
So I want to see some really nice trick shots for this kind of stuff. Like I know Reforce posted something in the Discord, but I've seen a few ones that are just really, really good. But that's basically be my week. Next week is basically just going to be finishing the Forza Horizon series, and I'm at 860 points.
All right, Charlotte, now it's your turn.
Okay, I'm just going to be really quick because I don't have a long list. I finished Precision to Calvary. I started Lost Words. I have to finish up Scourgebringer. I am doing cleanup on Control. I've started The Witcher, and I've started Ori and the Blind Forest, and I don't know what I'm at for the week.
I know that you're above me.
That's how it's done, by the way.
I'm sorry.
Efficient.
Content.
God,
Kyle,
I feel attacked.
Kyle, what about you? What have you been playing?
We've been going through The Witcher mainly, but the most exciting thing is I've been playing Fusion Frenzy through xCloud on my phone.
Huh.
Really?
The original or the?
Yeah, the original Xbox version of Fusion Frenzy, just to flex on Lee, really.
Yeah, whatever. I got into
Aw.
the beta, but I could never play it because it doesn't work in New Zealand.
No, it
so I was
does
a bit
not.
sad, really.
Would
But I
it
was really
work
happy.
if you had NordVPN?
Not sponsored. How many times do I have to say?
Okay,
'Cause you could
hang
just-
on, I'm writing that one down.
You could just pretend you're in
I
Australia.
could, but I don't think it'll work very well. I think it will just not
Probably be
work.
pretty rough,
Ditch and stuff. Yeah.
Mm.
God
I think
damn,
the
that's
water just
probably
slows it down.
it's probably a sponsor we could actually get.
Nord probably, yeah.
They'll do anything.
I mean,
Raid
as long-
Shadow
it's-
Legends.
It's either that or Blue Chew dick pills or whatever it is.
Oh, God.
So yeah, just been going through The Witcher, having lots of fun at that. As one of our listeners say, the teeth are rendered really well.
Yes.
It's got really well rendered teeth.
It's true. It's true.
It's been quite fun because this is the first time I've actually sat down to play it and not stress test my computer. So it's been interesting to go through, and just it takes you back to an old, like, RPGs in the 2015s just feel different to RPGs now, and it's very much holding your hand with the little white dots guiding you everywhere. You kind of go, I could turn those off probably.
A lot of tutorials when he's like, oh, anytime you open up a menu, it's like, hey, buddy, here's how everything works. It's
Here
like,
we go.
God, I don't need to make potions. I'm just trying to get my sword out, mate.
Yeah, I opened the wrong menu, and now you're telling me press A to close. The first thing I did when in the beginning of the game, when you climb out the tub and you're talking to Yennefer, is you can walk out the doors, and there's this amazing scene, this vista of the mountains, and Geralt says something like, "Oh, I love the mountains in the morning," or "The mountain air makes me feel wonderful." And I was like, I wonder if I could jump. So I pressed B, leapt off all the way down to my death, broke my legs, died instantly, had to start the game again. And everyone's like, "You tried quite a bit in this game." I go, "Yeah, I keep leaping off mountains apparently."
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Yeah. So it's been really fun. I think I got 3 achievements in this game so far, 30 points, maybe 45.
It's a good start.
Yeah, pretty good. So I'm quite stoked. Simone's the one that's actually doing the achievement hunting in this game. I'm just playing through going, look at my sword, let me introduce you to my sword.
Anything else?
That's it, literally, is just The Witcher.
Great. I mean,
When we focus on an event for a month, it's what we do.
yeah. So that was my big plan. Didn't really work out that way, but I'm just too easily distractible.
Yeah, there's too many shiny things.
Way too many. Simone, what about you?
Oh well, you'll have to forgive me. I'm not very good at monologuing.
That's it's fine. I took a supervillain class on it. I got really, really good.
I've also been playing The Witcher, but I will state that I accidentally got an achievement in Solitaire when they unofficially released the title update. So that's how I found out that it existed, because my PC popped an achievement while I'm working. I'm thinking, no. So yeah, then I did some investigating, and it's 30 something new achievements.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. And then I hopped onto my phone because I thought, oh, well, I looked at the list and I thought, oh, some of these are very easy, look at someone's profile. So I hopped on my phone, did 1 or 2, and it didn't pop. Went to True Achievements, refreshed. No, it didn't work. So still working on phone. It's fine. I'll be patient. I also thought that my work laptop would update to Windows 11 this week, only to find out that we're on like a 2-week delay for updates. So patience again. I was so looking forward to it. Yeah, so to The Witcher, I punch a lot of foliage by accident. I think you could call it foliage punching simulator, and that would be pretty accurate. I have a secret goal to die less than Kyle.
So far, you're winning, I think.
I am. Yeah.
I mean, are
story-
you jumping off buildings? Is the
No.
real okay. Yeah, I
No.
think
I
you're
already
pretty
got
safe.
one up.
Floor Destroyer 3. Yeah.
The I'm trying to think if I have died in any dumb ways. I've done a lot of dumb things. I've bought things I didn't need, and then sold them back.
I've
So
done
yeah,
that.
making money, similar to how I buy crypto actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say like then I started playing The Witcher 3. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah, I nearly died one time when I'm likening it a lot to Red Dead because it was Red Dead 1 because that was the last RPG I played.
And bad controls.
And yeah, so very bad controls. The Witcher is easier to play than Red Dead. But the horse, I keep thinking the horse is like Red Dead horse, who kind of just goes everywhere you want him to.
Yeah.
Man, Roach sees a puddle of water and stops. It's very, very confusing, and I'm just like, oh, come on, it's just a puddle. I did fall. I slid down a ravine on Roach and didn't die, but couldn't figure out how to get out. And it's at that point where you think, I wonder if this game has a put me back where I was option. How can I purposely kill myself in this situation? Luckily, I managed to. They're very forgiving when it comes to jumping. You can jump up places I don't think you're really supposed to.
Yep.
So I did manage to kind of jump and roll my way out of the ravine and left Roach to die, the poor thing. Story-wise, I've just left White Orchard. I've just made it to the first actual area. Everything is higher level than I am, so I'm really nervous about encountering anything at the moment. You know, all the enemies levels are the red skull,
Oh
which
no.
means it doesn't even bother telling you what number it is. It just says no, don't touch that guy. I wandered down into a kind of not really a valley. It was a very small town, and the path winds downwards, so you're at a lower level than you were before. Comes down, and there's a house there, and there's a lot of loot around, and I'm picking this up, and it's all dwarven stuff, so potions and whatever else dwarves do, probably lots of alcohol, and so I open the doors here, and this is the first time I've seen the tooltip that says if there's a red skull, it's very high above your level. And so I opened the door, and as I did, that tooltip came up, and I thought, okay, this guy's gonna be difficult. As soon as I click A to get rid of the tooltip, I'm boosting it, and in the second it took me to turn around and run back to my horse, I managed to see the health bar, but it was behind the door I'd walked through, so I didn't see the enemy. I can only assume it is the scariest dwarf I've ever seen in my life. But I can't be sure because I just bolted to my horse and got out of there so quickly. That's basically where I'm at the moment. Everything scares me and I just run away from everything.
And punch plants.
And punch plants by accident. Yeah. And have my horse jump over things when I meant to actually just get off.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I'm loving it. I'm addicted, and I think it's the loot. There's something about there's loot everywhere, and it's addictive. So much money. And Gwent, I'm pretty good at Gwent so far. I'm like Lee. Lee mentioned this last week that he's buying every card he picks up, even though you don't even like playing Gwent, do you, Lee?
No, I'm rubbish at it. So, but this is an achievement for Gwent cards, so I'm gonna
There is.
obsess and buy them all.
Which is amusing because you're not actually achievement hunting. But you will.
No, but if
you
I
will
want to
collect the
achievement, I want to
cards.
go back and kind of once the game's almost done, I'll go back and tidy up probably. So
Oh yeah.
yeah.
So I have bought all the cards. I've created a system because I'm a hoarder, but you can't really be a hoarder here, otherwise you're very poor. So I'm actually swimming in cash at the moment. So I've bought all the cards I can, and came across my second NPC this morning. Played Gwent against him and won first try. So I'm pretty stoked at the moment. I'm doing really well. I'm rich and I'm really good at Gwent.
But you're scared of plants.
Oh yeah.
Kyber Simulator, yeah.
Yeah. Now you've played this game a lot. Have you ever come across, it happened again this morning and I recorded it this time, where you wander into a place and you're on your horse, no swords are drawn, and everyone just runs away screaming?
Are the plants running away?
Not online, but only in real life.
Yeah, no. Anytime. Well, to be fair, if I rolled up anywhere with a horse around here, there probably would be a few confused people. I don't know. I don't think so.
I will post the video I took this morning because it's not subtle. I mean, the whole
Strange.
village.
Walking in with the horse, or you like actually like cantering with the
I'm
horse?
cantering, so I'm definitely not galloping. Yeah.
It shouldn't matter though, because like the AI is like the NPC AI are like real dumb, so it shouldn't really matter. They'd just be like, "Oh, hey, please don't run
Yeah.
into me," and then you run into them, and they're like, "Hey," and then you just keep going.
Exactly. Although speaking of dumb side characters, there's an interesting mechanic in the game which blew me away really, just to show how not dumb the characters are. Not that they have any say in the matter, but when it rains, they go and they hide under trees and like the side of the building, and that blew my mind. It's incredible.
Yeah,
Just
they
something
put
as
a
small as
lot of
that.
thought into the actual design of the world of that game, which is one
Yeah,
of the best parts about it. Like it's a joy to just roam around and discover stuff.
It
I mean, it's also
is.
depressing as hell, but like, you know.
Yeah. Sometimes you wander around and people are just crying everywhere, just sobbing,
Yeah.
and you can't even talk to them. They're inconsolable. I'm very bad at directions. I would love to look at my surroundings, but I play most of the game looking at the mini map.
Yeah.
And so I actually I don't know what's going on. And I'm looking at the mini map 80% of the time as I'm going anywhere. Yeah.
I think the game has a little bit of a slow start in terms of like White Orchard's really cool. The first area of Valen is kind of just like swampish and like kind of like up, and you're like, okay, it's like interesting. Novigrad, the big city, is kind of fun, and then Skellige, like the islands, is like crazy because it's all like boat stuff and Vikings and stuff like that. So I think the game actually gets better as it goes on.
Oh, great. I haven't even gotten into a boat yet. Lee's all about the boats. So I saw them on the mini map today for the first time, and I thought, oh yeah, I thought about Lee.
Nice.
Speaking of Lee, have you been playing anything this week, mate?
I've been playing The Witcher. Shock horror.
Something different.
I'm noticing a theme. Yeah.
Yep. I'm further ahead than those guys, so it's been interesting listening to them talk about, like, especially because I didn't actually play the first area very much. I was kind of on a mission just to go and follow the story. But then I discovered my levels aren't really high enough to actually do anything. So same as Simone, you kind of go, I'm actually 4 levels lower than everything around me, so I need to go do some little missions and secondary. So my next step is level 16, and I'm level 10.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
So I'm now cleaning up all the secondary missions just to get XP. But there's some really cool stories. Like some of the stories are amazing. Like the Baron story is quite cool. I've just done the Kira story.
Yep.
Although I'm not very happy with her, the way she ended. That was not great.
No.
What was the other one? I did about 3 or 4 cleanups last night. I killed the Shrieker last night as well. So I was just doing all these little missions I've been started. I talked to someone, went, oh yeah, and then kept going, and then talked to the next one, and picked up loads of missions, then had them lying around. Yeah, it's a really cool game though, and I'm playing the second time around. I'm a lot better at the game the second time around. I felt like I was struggling the first time for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, maybe it's a level thing. I'm level 10 now, so you kind of can actually kill stuff.
Yeah, I've kind of found like level 10 is kind of the turning point because you have enough slots open to put in skills, and you've got enough equipment to kind of work your way through it. Like that's kind of where it gets manageable on Death March difficulty. Because that like 200% extra damage the enemies do, you just get swiped twice and you're done.
I've worked out what you do with big stuff is you shoot it and then you run away, and then you shoot it and you run away. It works all the time. That Shrieker had no chance, so I kept shooting it and running away. Yeah. It's cool. It's fun. It's a fun game, and I'm really enjoying it. And having everyone else playing as well is cool. I want to talk about what's happening, but I can't tell them because they're not there yet. So I'm like,
Yeah.
We need to catch up.
Yeah.
come on, guys, pull your finger out.
You know what? It was Kyle's birthday on Monday, and he only played 1 hour of The Witcher, and he took the day off.
Well, what was he doing the rest of the time?
I know, right?
Windows
Like,
alive.
you've got a
nice.
life. Like, you can leave the house. What else are you doing?
Yeah.
Couldn't leave the house, but I had to do other things instead.
Man,
Apparently.
being an adult sucks. You kidding me? Sounds
Yeah, I
awful.
know. It's a bit annoying.
I do find with The Witcher, I sit down for a quick game and it's like 2 hours later.
Yeah.
Last night was like that because I kept doing little, like, I had lots of little things to do. And you go, oh, I'll just do this. And then 20 minutes goes past. Oh, I might as well just keep doing this. And then, yeah.
So someone posted that Malcolm in the Middle gif of when he goes in to change the light bulb. And it's like, oh damn, okay. And then he goes over to the cupboard, and then he notices
Oh,
that
yeah.
the thing's wonky. He's like, oh, hang on. So he has to go
I'll
out to the
fix that.
toolbox. I'll fix that. And then he's like, oh, I need to get my. He's like, oh, I don't have any left. I don't have my tools. I need to go to the store. Starts up the car. The engine sounds weird. Takes the engine out. And wife comes out. It's like, you gotta fix the light bulb. He's like, what do you think I'm doing? That's what the Witcher experience is. Just new things keep popping up, and you're like, ooh, that looks interesting. I'm
Ooh.
gonna go that way.
I'm now powerful enough now. I can do this mission. I
Yeah.
can take out this contract. Yeah, that's what's happening. Yeah, so I'm ignoring the main story anyway. I did actually get told by the kids to play Gang Beasts this week
Oh, yeah.
because they were playing 3-player on their own, playing it, and they were like, "Dad, come and play this game. It's amazing." Whereas I played it on my own and was like, "This seems stupid," and played it on my own. But obviously, playing with people is the way to go, not on your own.
Was it more fun playing with you?
I didn't play. I haven't. I just went, yeah, okay. I haven't actually done it. I didn't actually do it. They got their cousins staying currently. There's 3 of them. I've got the projector set up in their room, so they have this big 80-inch kind of projector on the wall with their Xbox plugged into it. Mostly
wow.
playing Minecraft though. It is awesome. It's so cool.
Damn,
Yeah.
spoiled.
Yeah, it's $150 projector I got from Amazon.
Oh, sweet.
Not spoiled.
That's pretty cool, actually. I need to. I mean,
Yeah, it was worth. Yeah, it's definitely worth buying one of those because they're quite good fun. We watched all the Harry Potter movies in the last lockdown, which was fun
Cool.
on the wall.
I totally agree with you on Gang Beasts, though. Charlotte and I played it. And Charlotte had a great time with it. Hey, Charlotte.
Yeah.
Glowing review.
Yeah, the achievements are a bit of a pain in the ass. I mean, they're easy, but they're also like don't unlock all the time. They're a bit finicky. But the game itself is like kind of like a fun party game.
Yeah, was it unfun, Charlotte, because you were playing with an achievement hunter instead of for fun, or?
Well, like the whole point of playing it was to play to get the achievements. That's the
Okay.
whole reason we decided to play it, or at least that's what I thought. And then the achievements went popping, and I just started getting really fucked off and being like, "I'm fucking jumping. Why the fuck is this not a?"
She got a little scary. I was
Silent pops or just not unlocking
Just
at all?
not
No,
Like-
they were just not unlocking at all.
So-
And I was like, "I'm doing the fucking jump kick. What?" Yeah.
Because that was
Yeah,
a
so
big
the-
problem this week of like silent pops.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
Well, actually, so I got 4 achievements last night. None of them popped on my Xbox, but they popped on my phone.
It's not the same,
Okay.
is it?
No, it's weird. I don't like
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like you don't get that dopamine
Like-
fix.
No. Oh, what's the point? It's just quietly beeping on my phone. It's like that. I want it in my face.
What was it? Like I posted something on Twitter and somebody just sent me the link to the sound. I'm like, all right,
So I was
cool.
thinking,
I should change the ringtone to the sound.
trigger your own
There we
dopamine.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, the not popping was a bit nerve-wracking actually, because I was playing Witcher at the time, and I knew that there was achievement for when you finally met Yennefer, and it didn't pop by the end of my session, and so I thought, oh no, maybe I need to restart my Xbox, and I've missed out on that achievement, and I just have to.
So what's the issue? Is it Xbox broken?
No, it wasn't just syncing the animation or the pop. Whatever triggers that unlock on screen, like it was just
Oh.
doing in the background. Like I played Hot Wheels and I think I got like 12, 13 achievements with my first.
I saw you playing that. Is
Pops?
it any good?
Yeah, it was
Is it
really
any
good.
good?
Like really good
I'm-
if you like an arcade racer.
Yeah. That looks perfect. Yeah, looks amazing. And the reviews are very good as well, aren't they? On it?
Yeah.
Surprisingly, yeah.
Surprisingly.
I mean, you know.
Like at the same time, like it's very arcadic and like very basic, but I mean it's kind of cool too to see. Hey, this is like a Hot Wheels car that I had when I was a little kid. It's cool to see that in a game. But Saying that I've been using like one that I just maxed out fully for like every single race.
Oh, of course, that's what you
Because that's what I do with my racing games.
No, you do every game like that, yeah.
You just get the one with the flames on the side because it goes the fastest, right? That was the one I had as a kid. I was like, this is the best.
Oh, I mean, this would be amazing if they had some kind of editor, just for like the dinosaur cars and that kind of stuff. Just to do
Everyone
custom
knows that red
cars.
cars go faster.
Yeah, exactly. Red ones go
With
faster.
stripes, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Racing stripe. Yeah.
Don't get distracted, Lee. You must focus on The Witcher.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Well, Back for Blood is an issue as well. We really want to play that.
Too many
But
games.
no, I will complete The Witcher.
Too many games
Ish.
coming out at the end of this year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna really try and get The Witcher done.
Forza's going to be the issue, though. When Forza comes out next month, that's
Oh,
so
God.
many
you,
problems.
you,
Just
you
be
know
an issue for
you know
you.
how addicted I'm going to be to Forza.
I just don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
I keep going back to 3 and 4 still, because I just want Forza.
As long as I get the serious completion before 5 comes out, I'm happy.
You don't have that much left, right? You only got 2 left.
I've got 12 achievements in the first one and 4 achievements in the second.
Easy.
And if I really wanted to push, I could get them done in a weekend.
Or you can play COD.
Yeah.
I'm not doing COD anymore.
All
All
right.
right, no more COD.
Cameron, you want to move on to our leaderboard?
All right, leaderboard. Martel hitting his 1 mil at 26,500. Mikey, Mad Mike Forever at 17,880. And a Grey Shark at 10,120.
Congratulations, guys. Good work.
Who did we say our wooden spoon was?
I believe it was Kyle.
Kyle at 45, yeah.
Well done, Kyle. Good
Calibra
work.
hasn't unlocked anything.
Yeah,
So-
so he's not in the running.
Thank you.
Look at him
high five.
flick his lack of hair. Oh, his hair on
Good
top.
job. Good job.
Oh.
Yeah, because we can't get haircuts at the moment, and he literally did a Justin Bieber flick on his way to starting work this morning, and I lost it.
Did you lose your eye?
Yes. Also, he flicks his head so violently, he kind of wanders off course
Whiplash.
as well. And then he has to
Straight into the
correct-
wall.
I mean, it's the best way to avoid the chiropractor is to just do the clicking your neck yourself, you know?
Yeah, the wall doesn't charge.
No, exactly. You charge into it, yeah. Oh, yeah. Imagine not being able to get a haircut for several weeks. That'd be rough.
Imagine imagine trying to go get a haircut and then going, well, no, I really want KFC for lunch. I'm not going to get a haircut. And then finding out the marketplace has COVID.
Yeah, that was, you were very, KFC really saved you there. Oh, God. I'm going to die for a haircut right now. This is getting ridiculous.
Fluffy, I think they call it.
Yes,
Fluffy.
yes. Many people have referred to me as Fluffy, including...
Allison, just go and get a bowl.
No.
Did you
Clippers.
I was like, I don't
Let's go
trust
Clippers.
Allison with a pair of clippers at the best of times. All right, let's get into our questions then. Simone, you sent through a question.
I did. My question is, and I'll first give you the context, just describing other types of stores. So you've got independent stores for nearly everything. You've got an independent bookstore. You've even got independent optometrists, this kind of thing. EB Games was the only video game store, physical store I could think of that's just video games. Putting retro stores aside, I couldn't think and have never seen an independent video game store. A store that, gets brand new games in.
I found it.
Oh, yeah?
I quite literally looked it up 10 minutes ago and I managed to find it. So they're not doing it at the moment because of COVID at the markets. And it's not a brick and mortar store, but it is called Swapware Games and they run out of Leverton Market in Melbourne.
Okay, so say you wanted the Cyberpunk is old now, but when Cyberpunk came out, could you order it through them?
Yes.
wow.
I'm pretty sure if you give him advance notice, he can
Okay.
get it in.
He knows the guy.
Yeah.
He knows a man.
All right. So just going from, he hasn't really posted, he posted an update of Leverton Market's not reopening until the 5th of November because of all the COVID cases in Melbourne. But September deliveries were Kitterari Fables on PS5, PS4 and Switch. There was also Olympia Soiree on Switch, Cotton Reboot, Neo Geo Pocket, and Darkburst X. So I'm pretty sure you can get some really random titles. I don't know like when I went there, obviously I don't live in Melbourne, so when I did go there and came across it, he had quite a few of the physical releases of Xbox titles that you see like one copy of an EB if you're lucky. Going back, I remember I got Lock's Quest, which I wouldn't recommend because that's an unattainable achievement.
Unfortunately, cool game.
But yeah, definitely a cool game. I think his whole model though is like that kind of swapping deal.
Yeah.
But he does do delivery to you. I think it's like $5 during the week if you live in Melbourne.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
so
it's just a
why?
Facebook group kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why are these? Okay, so that's the only one.
Also,
I've ever
and in the
heard of.
UK, just saying in the UK, there's Game and there's Electronic Boutique, which is EB
Yeah.
Games. But there's
Which
a couple in the
game-
UK.
The game is
Yeah.
owned by.
Is that EB as well? Is
It's
it?
still, they're all owned by Babbage's, which was GameStop, which is it's all.
And
Ah,
Game
so the
used
same
to
people.
operate in Australia quite a few years ago.
Mhm.
I know that both they had both EB Games and Game probably like 5 years ago, the local marketplace, but they weren't making money.
Yeah, so I guess someone's question is why don't we have other brick and mortar ones, right? That are
Why are they
independent?
so rare? Yeah.
So part of it is margin. So I used to work for EB Games a long time ago when I was a teenager, and so you would look at the margins for any new game that comes out. You would make on a game that costs you say $100 to sell, that'd be New Zealand, I guess, roughly. You would maybe make a margin of $5, maybe, and that would be on
Really?
like that on a
That's
brand new
crazy.
on a
Yeah.
brand new game. Yeah, it would be all the margin would be on pre-owned.
Yeah.
And so that was the trick. Was that's why trade and save at EB Games was the thing whenever you picked up the phone, because that's literally their business model, is trading in old games to get new ones and then reselling those at inflated prices.
So
Right.
the Microsoft Store is a 30% markup, doesn't it?
It does.
Or cut, whatever you call it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, is that digital games have basically killed the used game market in that way, because there are less physical games out there, less people buying them, less people trading them in, which is why even like EB Games and GameStop basically are no longer just EB Games and GameStop. You have like they're partnering with Zing to do statues and other gaming stuff that actually has good margins on it. So
Bobbleheads, mate.
yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, exactly. Like pop vinyl stuff. where
Bobbleheads,
it's,
yeah.
But it's
hoodies,
Hoodies.
exactly.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Stuff that's cheap to make and easy to
$70
produce.
hoodies that I managed to get like for $15.
Yeah, which is very impressive. Only a little bit of asbestos in them. So the new game market is kind of a fool's game in that front. Like you can't, unless you have a huge amount of capital up front to invest, you can't survive on only that. You'll have to go into pre-owned as well. Pre-owned is a dying market. The other bit is that, so pre-owned is a dying market. Digital is taking over, and then when there were competitors, the margins were small enough that most of them got bought up by GameStop. So like this, we'll talk about with Game. They essentially acquired all the competition.
Just squeeze them out, yeah.
Because it's not a true monopoly, because you can still go technically and buy the games at like a Noel Leemings or a Harvey Norman or any sort of electronic store. The products aren't being held to one company, but there's one company that specializes in them. So that's kind of like a top level, like kind of.
So I just say in England is interesting, because you'd buy them. Used to be Virgin. Used to buy games from Virgin or HMV. All these sorts of places you go into. You say PC World, you could wander into and buy games, but not Pacific ones would just sell games. They'd sell other computer hardware and whatever as well.
Yeah, exactly, and that's kind of like it was part of the product mix, right? It was like, well, we sell electronics, we have some specialist stuff, like JB Hi-Fi is the perfect example, right? Because they have a pretty big game influence, and they're the main competitors for EB Games over here in terms of game sales, because they do a big push for that, and they advertise a lot, but they also have heaps of other stuff in terms of like electronics, like computers and TVs especially, which all have very big markups in New Zealand and Australia. So they essentially have to subsidize it. But games are what get people. Games are an exciting product. They're good. They're good for marketing. They're good for getting people in the door. But I mean, like we were talking about, like back on RGS, that GameStop was basically pretty close to facing bankruptcy many times. And really, it was just the launch of the new consoles that they were desperately trying to stay alive for, because that would keep them in business for a bit longer, because most people who are going to go buy a console are going to go buy it from a game specialist, because you usually get a deal, or you have, you know, experts there who can tell you
Get
about
it day
games.
one.
I
You go pick it up
legitimately
as well.
think the only reason they didn't like face bankruptcy was that whole the whole
They're messing around. but,
messing
yeah,
around with the
Oh yes,
with
yeah,
the,
with the essential business.
share market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the
GameStops.
essential, yeah, exactly. So that's kind of what kept them going, right? But, I think their days are numbered, and they know that. They've been trying to diversify. I mean, like GameStop got into publishing and that sort of stuff, and they got more involved in the game making side of things.
I honestly would see a future where Zing can basically like order in games for you,
Pretty much.
but then they just do merch.
So yeah, Zing will be the key thing, and their games will be a side business that they do. But the physical stores probably won't have that many games in them. If the physical stores exist at all.
I was gonna go back to this store that I linked to. Like a lot of their games, like are still pretty pricey, like new release kind of stuff. But then at the same time, like I've never ever come across any other kind of store that has these rare, like what I would consider rare tiles. Like,
Sounds like an old record shop, doesn't it?
like
Yeah,
thi-
there's
this-
always going to be a niche, right?
Yeah, this one that I've linked, their main market is DVD releases. So you go to the market, they do the DVD releases for people that still, like, they don't want to go to the Netflix and all that kind of stuff, or they just want something that might have released in the UK that they don't have licensing for in Australia. Which I know like, I've used them before for, like, Noughts and Crosses, that to get across, that DVD. But other than that, like, the only other ones that I can think of is, like, Round Again, which is Northern Melbourne, but they do mostly retro with some newer stuff. Like, but you wouldn't go there for anything other than, like, record players, or if you wanted to get something old style.
Yeah, I mean the retro thing is kind of where it naturally ended up, because those were all physical. Some of them are hard to get digital, and people have that collecting instinct that they like. But I haven't bought a physical game since I don't even remember the last time. It would have been like 3 or 4 years ago, and even then, like, my physical collection is maybe 20 games at this point. It's all digital these days.
I buy them all the time. I buy on Trade Me, or I got the Valhalla game when it came out. I got it when I brought my Xbox. I was like, oh, because I asked for vouchers for Christmas from people. Just give me AB Games vouchers. It's easier, and I can go buy stuff.
Yeah.
Or I could buy Xbox credits if I can't find something to buy. But normally I just hang on and pick stuff up.
I usually
Yeah.
just go whatever's cheapest.
Whatever's
exactly.
cheapest.
Yeah.
But I think trying to keep them alive a bit, because I feel sorry for the guys. They're
I know.
dying slowly.
I
And you
mean,
walk in there and
I
there's,
made level
like,
5 for
4
EB
people.
this year. Like,
Yeah.
they're definitely getting my business, so it's fine.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is a little sad. But yeah.
It is, yeah, because it's all going to get slowly destroyed, and there will be a few people selling stuff, and then you're not going to get the competition as well.
No, thankfully digital prices have come down a little bit since the beginning of, like, the 360 generation, when it was just like, oh, it's the same price as the disc, and you're like,
Yeah, but PlayStation's not doing that. They're charging
no, well, yeah,
more.
PlayStation, they don't give a shit.
I think the
Buy it
one
twice.
thing that's going to make me sad is just, like, going, like, 10 years now from now, when you know there's going to be, like, no EBs or stuff like that. Just the nostalgia of, like, walking
It's the
into
browsing.
Like, a
I
shop.
actually like browsing,
Yeah.
having a nosy, and going, oh, yeah,
There's-
that's...
I went to a town like an hour away and came across a retro game store that was closed on the day that I was there. Looking, like, Nikita loves retro, yeah. So Nikita, my girlfriend, just GameCube, PS2, N64, all that kind of stuff. Like, loves living in the olden days. Olden days.
It was better then.
But like, just looking through the window and seeing, like, a full shelf of Game Boy Advance games, like, boxed,
Yeah.
was such a trip back in time. And it's sad that you just don't get those kind of nostalgic feelings.
Would you shop on eBay? Would you get stuff on eBay?
I mean, if I'm going to get something like retro, or I guess anything really, I would really have to know a lot about the product itself to
Yeah.
do eBay.
To know it's actually decent quality and...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like, just, like, what's the... Like, digital accessibility is such a massive thing where I could just be like, all right, well, unless I'm going to save myself, like, $30 or something, I'm probably just going to go and get the digital version because it's quicker, because I want to play it straight away. and that's what most people are probably going to consider too, unless they're on a budget, of just immediately getting access to that title. Digital's more so just that convenience than anything else.
And that's
Convenience has always been most important for me. Like, I don't have any nostalgia for any of that stuff. I mean, like, I have nostalgia for the games themselves, but I don't have the collecting instinct. Like, I'm a minimalist. Like, if I had my way, the walls would still be there.
It's the human condition, though. Like, just over time, things have gradually become easier for people, and you don't think of things like that from like 10 years ago.
And the other bit is that game preservation is kind of fucked on that front, because it's like now it's like, well, you don't own the games anymore, and if Microsoft goes under or they decide to turn off the servers, you just lose access to all of them. But even if you buy physical these days, most of the time it's just like the game isn't even on the disc anymore, and there's like it's like 7 gigs on the disc and then like 100 gigs of an update to actually play the game. So,
where's my Battleborn disc? Makes a good frisbee.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. Anyway, we've been doing this for a while, so let's just quickly get through to our last question from Isaac, who says, hey guys, many years ago I played a game on the PS3 called Journey, which is a 2-hour experience that puts you with a random person you choose either to go together or not. There's no talking, but as you play together, you grow an attachment to this other person, and it's a wonderful experience. That's what happened to me, and I was blown away. However, my friend played it and had the opposite experience. The random player he got was just trolling him the whole time, and he finished thinking it wasn't very fun. So do you know any games that people praise with co-op on, but you had a bad experience with? Also, what's the worst trolling experience you can remember having in-game? Thanks for taking my question, Isaac. Thank you, Isaac. Great question as always. I mean, the worst trolling I ever had was I played Fogs with Charlotte, and she was just like, kept hitting the yip button and just kept jumping all the time when we were trying to actually do stuff. But
It's fun though.
it was real. No, to be fair, that was actually a great experience. And
Or when we couldn't coordinate and climb up those two.
the 2 rings going up.
Oh my god.
It was so funny.
I swear that took us like half an hour, and all you had to do was both clamp onto the rings to go up at the same time, and for some reason one of us would fall and then take the other one with them.
Yeah.
And then the same thing would happen again, but reverse, and so we just couldn't coordinate.
The best thing about that was that we got to basically the end of that part, the game froze, and we had to redo it all over again, and it was just as painful.
And I'm sitting there cracking up laughing, like.
It was very funny. It was very funny. I don't know if you got any. Sorry, Cameron, you go ahead.
The only ones I can think of in recent memory is like, of course, whenever we're in an elevator in Halo, and it's just like, all right, cool, somebody's gonna melee somebody on the back. Like it just happens, you know?
Yeah, you suddenly you're in first person, and then suddenly you're in third person because you're dead. Yep.
I can't really think of like any like serious troll. I mean, I guess it's always annoying, like when you're specifically boosting for a certain achievement. Like, did this with Black Ops 3, we had never had any issues. Jump into Forza Horizon 2 and 360, you immediately find a person.
OG Sea of Thieves, when it first came out, people would you'd spawn, and the person would be still on your boat and they kill you. Then you'd spawn and you kill you and spawn. That was awesome. That was fun.
Yeah, that was great fun. Good way to spend a Saturday night.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Spawn and die.
They got PvE servers now, yeah? Or is that still private?
There's a game. There's a mission, isn't there? You can do, which is
the
single-player.
DLC, yeah.
Yeah.
The DLC. Yeah.
It'd be nice if they just had
Jacks.
like specific PvE servers, just to not have to worry about fighting others. But
People.
Yeah. The worst trolling I've had to deal with is playing GTA 5. So because I went back to the 360 version to finish up the old heists, I had never done any of the online. So you need 4 people for the heist. It's very difficult getting 4 people to jump onto a game that old that they still own, they're still willing to play. So it was usually like Cameron and I, so we managed to get 2 people, it was us. And then we maybe got one person like Martel was around. It's like, okay, well, we have to get a random because you literally can't start it with 4. And we'd always get the biggest dipshit in the entire world.
Yeah.
And of course, he would be like, no, I want to fly the plane. And I'd be like, there is no way in hell I'm letting you fly the plane. He's like, no, I'm flying the plane. I was like, I'm taking the helicopter. You are going to be in the prison bus. Cameron is going to go in the prison bus with you to make sure you don't fuck it up too much. And then Martel will fly the plane or whatever. And he's like, no, I want to fly the plane. I'm like, fine. We don't have an option because we literally need 4 people. You can fly the plane. Crashes it immediately. Just
Mission
like
over.
we go through the whole mission, break the guy out of prison. The guy lands the plane, and he lands the plane. We're all getting into it, and he just kind of sits there for a bit, and then going down the runway instead of taking off or avoiding, he just drives straight off the ditch and it just explodes. restart the whole mission, and like multiply that by like 5 different heists where we tried to find people. Most of the time, once we eventually got 4 people and it worked out relatively well, and we were all relatively successful for the most part. We had a few moments of Cameron running into things or blowing up the truck that we were trying to save. Or
Usually it's like 360 issues though.
Yeah, to be fair, the
not player skill.
Problem definitely with the game itself. It was a bit of a nightmare. But to be fair, it was also some of the most co-op fun I've ever had in my entire life. Like it was the way I was like, wow, this is actually like a unique experience with like really well built for co-op, different objectives of people. It's hilarious. It's not overly difficult, even though it's still challenging. And like it has like a lot of variety. And like I thought it was like, wow, like I can't believe I waited this long to play this. So, you know, you take the good with the bad, but I think Isaac's right. Like a good team can really make all the difference when it comes to playing a co-op game, especially, you know, there's a difference between a game that has co-op and a game that's built with co-op, right? Like Far Cry 5 is like, oh, you know, they've got co-op mode, but like you could easily play through that by yourself. But it's like, oh, Left 4 Dead, it's like, yeah, that's a co-op game. You need people for that because the AI are useless.
The one that I want to praise, Human Fall Flat.
Oh yeah.
Like that's just always like, why you got your hand on my butt? Why you got my hand on your butt?
He's like, please don't let go. It's like, if you let go of my butt, we will all fall and die. It's like, and he's just swinging around. Like, it's one of the funniest games I've ever played in my entire life.
I'm trying to think of any others that.
I just think of Destiny. So me and Carl played Destiny quite a lot when it first came out. And when you're on a good team and you're all playing together, and you don't necessarily have to talk to you, but you just know. You hang out together, you back each other up, and you kick ass and you win by lots. But then you get a team where you go, right, okay, we're all going to go to like B, and everyone just goes off in their own different ways. And you're like, oh, okay, no chance. Like, and you just get, and every time you die, you all respawn at different times, you all die again, and you're like, okay, this is just going to be a complete nightmare. Where sometimes you go, oh, this is really nice. People hanging out together, and you don't need to talk, you just hang out and win.
Sometimes the synergy works, you know, but most of the time it's just people just.
Some days you just log out and go, no, just need to get out of this loop of badness. Yeah.
Sounds like you're describing our Rocket League sessions.
Oh, Rocket League. Stupid game that is.
Just anything with co-op is just.
It's just Kyle. He just keeps scoring own goals all the time and going, oops. You're like, what did you do? I scored own goal. What? But how?
Nice shot.
Talent.
Because he's usually drinking beer at the same time, and he says "whoops," and then he giggles. So it makes you even angrier with him because he's clearly not sorry at all.
No, but he makes it your problem as well. You're like, why? You're like, oh, don't get so funny. I'm like, but you just.
This is gonna go way back, and I guess less achievement hunting, but Minecraft. It's just so easy to fuck with people.
Yeah, it's just oh hey, what's that over there? Oh, some diamonds, and just drop them into the lava, and you're like, oh, you know, lost all your stuff, and you're dead.
Yeah.
Wow, I never played Minecraft with you guys.
Yeah,
I mean, malicious.
Yeah, I mean,
just like go AFK for like a toilet break, come back, just like, cool.
Someone's dug
Everything
you
is
into
dirt.
a hole. Yeah, so someone's dug you into a hole and then refilled it over, so you have no idea where you are. Yeah, exactly. That's the Minecraft experience I'm used to playing. Any other ones, guys?
In terms of purposeful trolling, it'll definitely be anybody that kills me in Sea of Thieves. Instantly hate. But the most common trolling isn't really trolling. It usually involves friends just like pulling when you're not ready, or fishing when they should be killing skeletons.
Wonder who does that.
That
You
kind
banned
of
him
the
stuff.
from
accordion
fishing.
when they should be on the cannon.
Yeah, exactly. And there's all these scenarios have been.
Didn't he steal a boat one time? He stole a boat and
one
decided to go
particular
fishing.
friend. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just
You
went
just get
fishing on his
bored,
own.
right?
Yeah.
So we're getting ready for stuff, and he's already engaged.
Pirate's
gotta-
life is really for him, you know. It's,
Yeah, exactly. Life is short. So yeah, no.
I do remember Diablo 2 actually. So when you played Diablo 2 back in the day, the original, you'd get guys that appear and they're completely got like all cheat gear on,
Yep.
and they hit you once and you're dead,
Yeah.
and then it's still all your gear. You're like, oh, that's awesome. That's so much fun.
My favorite one was there was I jumped into a game a long time ago with a guy who was a necromancer, and so necromancer had the bone cage and bone wall ability, which put up like walls to keep you away from enemies or keep enemies by themselves so you can nuke them. He was a super leveled up. Yeah, he was hacking, right? So he basically put like 1,000,000 points into it that had no refresh, and so he'd jump into the game and be like, "Oh, hey,
just
it's
put in
party
box.
and just say box. It's just it's like, well, I guess I'm just gonna be waiting here for the next 300 years so I can get out. Yeah, those early games like that, they're just rife of just trolls everywhere.
You know what? It reminded me too, another thing with Fallout 76. The difference between me and Nick is Nick somehow finds people that just randomly drop all their loot at his feet and then see me and walk off.
How are you dressed, though?
Yeah, exactly.
Naked.
I think I was in a
He was just
Boy
wearing an
Scout,
Xbox controller.
He's got the party hat on, and then that's it.
Yeah, Xbox controller.
I think
Over the
the
nipples.
character at one point was in a Boy Scout uniform wearing a party hat.
Oh,
Of course.
And
party
I
hat.
think the other one was like a college uniform. So
Oh yeah. Are you playing a female?
no,
Oh yeah. Okay.
but neither's Nick. So
yes,
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know. It's like whatever.
All right. Anything else before we move on?
No, just Patreons.
All right. Cameron, you want to?
Yep, I'll quickly go through it. So we got Mad Lefty. Is it G-spaced? GSPCD?
Oh, I.
Yep. G-Space, Gary.
Gary?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, wait, you're stealing our listeners.
Oh, well, no.
Borrowing.
Yeah.
Sharing.
Diversify.
Sharing is caring, yes.
I mean, we're basically one podcast now, so it's fine.
Pretty much
Yeah,
on now,
the,
yeah.
the Voltron of podcasts, apparently. Yeah.
So we got Admiral Awesome, we have Odron, we have Kiri live at home, we have Toddy in the chat, we have Moogle356, we have Charlotte. Say hello. Cool.
Hi, Charlotte.
Oh, sure.
Bye.
We have Kung Fu Skills, we have Hawkeye Barry, Hack and Pone, Cavalier 07, Old Mate Clown, and Nick Loving Legend. And that's pretty much
Thank
it.
you guys. Again, like we said at the start, we really appreciate all of our Patreons because they literally allow us to do the show and run for 3 hours and just talk about all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going to bring us to the end of the show. If you want to get in contact with us, you can find us at email at Hall of Gamers Podcast. I always forget that, and we need to change that at gmail.com. Twitter as Hall of Gamers Pod. Discord is discord.io/realgamerscore, and Patreon is patreon.com/Hall of Gamers. Make sure you write in some questions. Isaac does a great one each week, but we love having some good questions from our community. We've got a channel for them on the Discord. Otherwise, you can send them to any of those links. If you want to help out the podcast in other ways, you can subscribe to us on your platform of choice. Leave us a review, but make sure you tell us that you've left a review. Otherwise, we won't see it because there are too many damn platforms. Word of mouth is always the big thing. Tell your friends, retweet all of our tweets, subscribe to us on YouTube, Patreon. If you've made it to the end of the podcast this long, you understand how podcasts work and you know how important it is for this stuff to get out there. If you want to find me, you can find me on Neomaster on pretty much everything, Xbox, True Achievements, and Discord. Cameron, what about you?
Shadowless Edge, pretty much everything, depending on where I am, is either a space or not.
Charlotte?
You figure it out.
Discord, I'm Charmander. On Xbox, I'm Audrey Lilly. All of my information is literally linked in my profile on Discord, so I'm easy to stalk.
You hear that? She's single and easy to stalk, guys.
But only contact her if you've got 7 digits.
Yeah, 7 digits though.
yeah,
Yeah,
Like,
$1 million.
it has to be a million.
Sorry.
Higher.
Let me specify. 7 digits in either your bank account or your game score.
One or the other. I mean, both is preferable.
Or both.
Yeah, that's,
Both.
Oh,
You
so
know,
hang on. So you're only here for Matt.
yeah, I mean, apparently, yes. Apparently, yes. Yeah, it's just me. It's just me. It's
So where
but,
all
I mean,
my money goes, apparently.
yeah, exactly. Goes into funding my game score habit. Definitely not my bank account.
All right. We have
Um,
some catching up to do, boys.
Kyle, where can we find you?
You can find me at Zarkras on Xbox. Should I spell that?
Yes, probably a good
Yeah.
idea for our audio listeners.
It's XARCRIUS.
Fantastic. Simone
My gamer tag is JimBeanNZ.
and Lee.
I'm Lee Howard, LWHOWARD on Twitter as well.
Fantastic.
His
Well,
one
very-
is really boring.
Yeah, it's really imaginative. But it is my
have-
name,
It's-
so you know.
it can't
The buttons.
Can't be any worse than
The
mine.
buttons, yeah.
Well, you know, Matt's is boring because he doesn't tweet, but
I literally don't tweet. Yeah.
Lee only tweets like other people's content, which is just news. So
I
know.
Hey, look.
I do drop in random comments about other people's content as well.
True.
Oh, yeah, he does. He does reply
Commentary
to
on the
things.
commentary. Yeah.
But no, see, that's why Lee's muted, but you're not.
I'll have to start posting something.
Yeah, you can just retweet all my stuff. That'll really annoy it.
There you go. Exactly. Done. Yeah. Sorted. Roundabout. All right. Well, I think that's going to wrap everything up for episode 13. Thank you all for joining me. And special thanks as always to Charlotte, who was on the show this week, but is also our fantastic moderator and does all the great work and clips and everything like that. Because you know, we literally could not do this without the support of her in our community, which is as genuine as I ever get on the show, and that's the only time I'm ever dropping character. I hate all of you. You're all the worst. We'll see you guys next week.
I was going to say that niceness lasted way
No,
too long.
no, absolutely not. It's an odds or even thing. Anyway, catch you guys next week. Peace.
Catch us.
Bye.